Your shit said you're invalid, though. That's
all right. I'm going live.
That is nuts. Hey, and I apologize, guys, if you guys see my eyes wandering around on the screen. I'm trying to do better about responding to people in the chats. I usually don't give a fuck, but I love
Now
you
you
guys.
got chatters.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
we got chatters.
yeah. Well, there's been some, but I just don't ever pay attention. So
No,
I'm
bro,
trying
we
to.
have to. I
I'm
got
trying to do better.
reamed for not reading chat during podcast.
That's,
Bye.
yeah, but that's stupid. I think that's so stupid.
I'm trying to do better.
I just do. I don't really like. I'll try to address them real quick, especially if they
Hey,
have
you
like a
don't-
good question. But
Yeah, because we gotta be tuned in right here. You know what I mean?
Tuned.
in for your head top.
wait, can
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
like a
For your
radio
head
sound?
top.
Welcome back to the Usual Tuesday podcast. Oh shit!
Hey.
Hey, what the fuck kind of radio sound was that? Radio like Cuba Gooding Jr.?
What? Bro, I don't know. I don't know that reference. I am.
You've never
You've never
seen radio?
seen radio?
I don't know
Bro.
what that is. Radio
was a-
Rebel.
Oh my
I didn't
god,
know.
it is. No, it's such a good fucking movie, bro. It'll make you cry your fucking eyes out.
It was back when
That's-
cinema
that's
was still
definitely-
cinema, bro, where you could
Jesus.
call a motherfucker and not have to worry about being politically correct.
That's low key facts. Low key
Radio-
facts.
Radio is about a young, mentally challenged black man or teen
Okay.
who is a part of, he's like the water boy type shit for this football.
No, but he doesn't become that yet. Like he just likes to watch football and he listens to a little fucking radio, all the sports shit on his little radio. And these football players start giving him a hard time. So the coach is like, "Oh well, you know, I'm gonna kind of teach these boys a lesson. We're gonna take this guy under our fucking wing." And then they all start fucking falling in love with radio. And a bunch of shit happens in the movie that'll make you cry, bro. But you gotta watch that shit. It's fucking good. It's
There's
good.
this scene where he's in the rain and he's been going to the games. Without anybody who hasn't watched this, it's not much of a spoiler alert, but there is a scene where he doesn't make it to one of the games. It's raining and he has this whole little moment in the rain, and it's really good. Like it makes it, it's like,
Wow.
it's really
fucked
touching.
up.
It's
That's
touching,
crazy.
bro. And it's Cuba Gooding Cuba Gooding Jr. did radio, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and I mean and he was kind of doing like banger to banger movies back to back. Then I think he had,
Facts.
what other movie was he in around that time?
I don't know, but he killed that fucking movie, bro.
I did like a couple Disney movies.
It was fucking money.
Well, hey, it's Tuesday, so everybody who's watching or who is going to watch, this is the Usual Tuesday podcast. Yeah, with my lovely hosts. Yeah, Cisco, aka Save One, and my man Damo, 0%. Yeah, we're here back live in action.
Sorry.
What happened? What, you don't like my
I
fucking
got like a cramp, bro. I got like a cramp.
This man ruined. He just interrupted your
I'm
introduction.
so sorry.
Bro,
I
it's
should've
all
muted
good.
it.
And I
Oh,
was
what we do now?
It was a banger. But yeah, guys, welcome. Hi. It's good to see you fuckers. Yeah, we always chat it up in the green room anyways, but good to
Hi.
see you.
What's up,
Everyone
bro? Yeah. So at some point, I know there's some shit that you want to talk about, but and I know we wanted to keep it lighthearted, but I was having a conversation with the guys earlier, with some of my guys, and I do want to, if we have time, I want to bring something up just to kind of see where you guys lie on it. But I just want to preface that, like, if there's time, there is something that I want to bring up. If not, we can bring it up for another podcast.
Well, now I just want to know.
Yeah,
Well, no, because it's not going to be lighthearted and it's actually kind of shitty to talk about. So, but I just know if we have time towards the end of the show that I do want to bring it up and like have a conversation with you guys about it. If not, we will. I have it written down. We will talk about it on another show.
Okay. However.
So as everybody knows, yeah, I wanted to talk. The title of the episode is the Katt Williams effect, right? Now, Damo's made me aware that he's not too privy on who Katt Williams is.
No idea who Katt Williams is.
So
I know,
we'll-
actually,
wild.
I saw a clip fairly recently from somebody at work about. I know he's a comedian. I don't know really much else. I think he originally created a joke that then somebody else. I think it's Steve Harvey took this joke. There's a joke about like riding up in a car or something like that. That's like as much as I know about this dude.
He's like a pioneer, bro, in in our generation of comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He was like the Kevin Hart before Kevin Hart was Kevin Hart.
I think he really, honestly, he was the short, small comedian who, I mean, who's just funny. I mean, just funny as fuck, dude. And he made a statement about like he pulled like 60 some fucking comedians with him or whatever. I don't know about that number. And this, I guess we could kind of start there. Is I don't know about that number, but he was putting dudes on. You know what I mean? Like he was taking
60 some on. Like, what do you mean? Like he put him on the map?
kind of. So he was taking them on the road with them, you know, giving them, because bro, you got to imagine. All right, you've watched Next Friday, right?
No,
you've never. Oh my god,
You're talking to Damien, bro. I don't know how much you expect,
bro.
But these are like classic, like
not to like put you down or anything, Damo, but
no. It's true.
He's never had anybody to introduce him to these types of movies. He's probably never seen American Gangster. He's probably never watched Paid in Full. He's never watched Next Friday.
It's just not in my wheelhouse of interest. So natively, like, I won't pick these up if somebody doesn't. Yeah, I guess if somebody doesn't show me. But nobody in my life, even today, like, my dad doesn't like these movies. Like, he does not into these movies like that. You know what I mean? Classics.
But you also have to remember. You also have to remember the time difference, right? Like we have almost 10 years on you too. So these were like our classics when we were young. You know what I mean? Kind of like what would a classic be for you right now? Like a cult classic comedy.
I mean the Marvel movies. The Marvel movies is the only thing I feel
like cult classics for me.
They really are.
I'm talking about like
comedies.
Bro, they have
actually I guess they kind of like strayed away after those types of movies came out, huh?
They don't make comedies anymore. When is the last comedy movie that you said, I am going to buy tickets to the fucking movie theater and buy a comedy ticket?
When the fuck did we have ice cream? What the fuck movie was that?
The Ringer. And that was roughly around 2007.
The time Damien was born?
2007-ish. And that shit all disappeared, bro. That shit was.
Yeah, when did The Ringer come out? Actually, hold on, let me look it up real quick.
Yo, like a good classic that I will say that I tapped into, and it's only because of my grandpa. And I was talking to Cisco about this. Was The Three Stooges? That was a lit ass show. That shit was fucking sick.
Oh, bro, Kirk and oh my guys, bro.
As far as like hood comedies go, right? Like that category. There isn't one in Damo's time.
Because he's never watched How High. I remember I
watched most movies.
Yep. Pineapple Express.
Watch the second. Did you watch Pineapple Express?
I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
Okay, so hold on.
Superbad? What about Superbad?
Yes, I think I've seen Superbad. I'm pretty sure.
Ooh, 21 Jump Street? 21 Jump Street?
I've seen 21 Jump Street. I've seen
that's relatable.
Jump Street. That one was okay. 22 Jump Street was okay. 21. This is the problem too, is that I think I'm just a little too hard to please. Because I'll watch these movies and I'll be like, yeah, I can see why that's funny. But like I won't like audibly laugh. I'll laugh at specials though. Like I've seen Joe Coy's special. I thought some of his shit was funny. Gabriel Iglesias, I've seen a lot of not a lot, but I've seen a couple of his specials. I thought they were funny. I've seen one Kevin Hart special. And it got me at the end, but like throughout the whole thing, it was okay. Like
his older specials are way better than his newer specials.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question. If we gave you a list of movies and told you to pick 3 of them and watch one per week, and then we get like a recap of it on the pod, would you do it?
Yeah, probably.
We're not asking you to watch all 3 in one night or in a week.
No,
one a week,
like one per week.
Because I guarantee you, both listeners on mine and Korpsx's end, like if we said, "Have you watched this?" and you said no, they'd be like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? Like you've never watched Friday, you've never watched Friday, you never watched Next Friday, you never watched Friday After Next. Those are like, bro, you gotta watch those.
Like dumbass titles. I'm not gonna lie, but they might be sick movies.
No. Let me just put it to you like this: they're not sick movies. They're not. They're fucking funny, and they're like must watches. You know, Barbershop. Kelly said Barbershop. I would even Soul Plane is horrible, but I feel like you gotta watch it.
Wait, Soul Plane? Wait, is that like a
Soul
spoof
Plane.
movie?
No,
Or is this something else?
it
No?
was
Okay,
Kevin
never mind.
Hart's first movie that he was ever in,
Oh shit. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
and it's horrible, but it's fucking hilarious. There's like
remember-
little parts that are fucking hilarious.
I remember watching a lot of like the spoof movies when they were coming out. Like, I don't remember.
Those
the
are horrible.
titles. They were so bad, but they were so funny for the time. You know what I mean? Like, it was definitely a time where spoof movies were like the thing. Like, Scary Movie series was obviously like the biggest one, probably. But there was a bunch of
that's
other
the
like
that's the thing is
knockoffs.
when the Scary Movie thing was a thing. When Scary Movie was a thing, that was like our time. And then they started coming out with like Scary Movie 5 and 6 and 7, and those were fucking horrible. Like Scary Movie 1, 2, and 3, not even 3. 1 and 2 are absolute bangers. Bangers. Like my favorite, but I'll never forget the opening scene of fucking Scary Movie when they're fucking on the piano and they're playing that classical music, and then he's like, "Oh, play some funky shit or something," and then he's like, "Shake your ass, watch yourself," and then the girl comes out, she starts peeing, and then somebody says in the background like, "Is that a horse?" Like that type of shit is fucking hilarious. Honestly, that shit is fucking hilarious.
I do not remember any of this.
Now one of the things that I wanted to kind of like get at too, because I think this is fun, because I think we've had so many debates about like top 5 and this and that. Are you truly top 5 if somebody who's decades younger doesn't know your name or doesn't know your body of work? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you really call yourself GOAT? Because, okay, let's take basketball. I think we can all throw out a couple names who we would call the GOAT, right? There's a couple names in football I think that we could all throw out, because these are just household, branded, recognized names. You know what I'm saying? Baseball for me gets a little squirrely. You know what I mean? I don't know that many players, but again, the ones I know were obviously fucking good. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody like Katt Williams, do you really put him up in the GOAT conversation when it comes to comedy?
I feel like comedy is such a weird place to discuss that. Though. Or like comedy and like comedic movies and shit like that. Because if you're not in tune with that lane, then you really don't know, right? Like obviously the people that he named, like Joe Coy and Kevin Hart, but like what about Mitch Hedberg? What about fucking Chris Farley? Like all those old school comedians. Like if you don't really watch comedy and that's not really your niche, I can't really agree with you there, because Bernie Mac is top 5, right? And Damo said he's never watched a single.
But I think what he's saying is like, can you even consider that? Because like I don't watch football, but I know who Tom Brady is. You know what I mean? And like I don't watch.
But that's the only person you know, right? Like that's the only like.
But that's who you. That's who you could
right?
say. Like that's who you could probably say pretty safely. If any GOAT exists, he's probably one, because like he is household beyond even the sport. And I don't watch football at all.
Okay, so but that's my point is, who would you say, like right now off the top of your head, who would you say the GOAT of comedy is?
Probably Richard Pryor.
That's what I was gonna say. And who would you say, Damo?
Probably Logan Paul or Jake Paul.
You're such a
No, I'm just saying. I'm just fucking with you. No, I
you
didn't.
say
I don't
Kevin
know.
Hart, right?
Like I guess because he's like the biggest, but like personally, what I like is probably more like Gabriel Iglesias or like Joe Coy. Like that between those two is like, I'm just thinking about what I like more, but probably in terms of like brand, household name, and he's like fucking everywhere now, is Kevin Hart. Yeah, probably.
See, so that's why I'm saying like comedy, in my opinion, is a different type of category for that, because there's GOATs in everything, right? There's GOAT black comedians, there's GOAT Mexican comedians. Like I think Paul Rodriguez is one of the funniest Mexican comedians of all time, but I would still put like Richard Pryor above him. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing is, Damo probably doesn't even know who fucking Richard Pryor is.
I have no clue.
So I think I think with comedy, it's more of a generational.
The thing that's hard too is that what everybody has to remember. I'm bad with names. If you show me an image and I was like, oh yeah, I could probably tell who it is or know of him, but names kind of escape me sometimes.
Chappelle, I would definitely say, is probably the best that has popped up in the last like 15 years. I would say for sure. Everywhere.
Chappelle is my favorite. He's my GOAT. But if you're talking about GOAT as a whole, for comedy, I'm gonna go Richard Pryor. But for me personally, my number one is Dave Chappelle.
I have a weird thing with Chappelle because I didn't like his comedy at first. I wasn't
like an acquired taste.
Yeah, it was just in bomb after in bomb and bitch that, ho this. I was just like, you know.
But that's how Richard Pryor was. That's how Bernie was. That's how Cedric is. That's how Steve Harvey was. Like that's how they all are.
If
though.
you would have asked me around the same time, I would have said somebody like George Lopez was my goat. You know what I mean? Somebody.
I heard George Lopez's stand up is not good. I heard it from a family member who went.
The reason his stand up is not good is because he recycles his jokes
too much.
If you've watched one of his stand ups, you've literally seen everything that he's ever dropped.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, let's fucking be real here. If you pull up old George Lopez clips, like when he first started comedy, he did not have an accent.
Yeah, he leaned into it a little too much. He
was like, what do you mean? He was just like, hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, look it up.
Oh,
look up 20-year-old George Lopez at like the Laugh Factory or something, or whatever it is in LA. And he does not have an accent, bro.
Yeah.
And he really leaned into it, like really hard.
Yeah. And so, but then once I got older, right, I started realizing kind of like why Chappelle would make those type of jokes, because it does strike a nerve for some people. And because he's striking that nerve, that's what's making it a joke. Because it's not, he doesn't really mean these things. You know what I mean? That's why it's comedy. He's just poking fun. And if a little bit of what he says doesn't trigger you, you know what I mean? Then I think you're not really listening to it the way that it should be listened to. You know what I mean?
Like he's intended it to.
Yeah. And Dave Chappelle even has a joke about that, you know? And so I started looking at like who's the GOAT? Like even like when it comes to sports, I put people in the GOAT conversation, like who changed the sport, who was the most risky, who really put themselves out there, put themselves on the line. Like Pryor and those dudes were getting fucking arrested, bro, for doing comedy shows. Dudes of that era, like, you know what I mean? We're getting fucking whole ass arrested. Opie and Anthony, the old show Opie and Anthony, I think like their whole tour bus got arrested one day because they were doing like crazy shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like being comedians, you know? So I look at shit like that, like those type of people who push the envelope, you know, and Richard Pryor.
But like dumb shit, like they were just saying funny, like kind of risque jokes, or were they
yeah, bro. They were.
What do you mean,
bro? Think like
Pryor was like saying the hard R. Well, he's black, but he was like, there's this one like super famous joke that he did, and he made it like a skit where he calls this white dude a cracker, and he's like continuously calling him cracker over and over again to try and get him to call him the N-word. It's fucking hilarious, bro. But like that's the type of comedy that he did. It was very poking, like Korpsx was saying, you know, I'm trying to make a point and it's gonna be funny, but I'm gonna hit a nerve and you're gonna fucking understand it. But it's interesting to watch that art form, like that style of comedy, because not everybody's like that and doesn't have to be like that to be funny. Because Mark Normand, I love Mark Normand. He's very, very like pokey, like, oh, I'm gonna hit a nerve somewhere. But then I just went to go see Ralph Barbosa, and he didn't bring up politics or race not once in his whole show. Not one single time did he talk about politics or race. And it's cool because I laughed just as hard at both shows, but I laughed at different shit. You know what I mean? Like it was funny. Shout out to Ralph, bro. That dude is a great comedian. He's gonna fucking make it really, really far. And he's really
he reminds me of the homie who he's just telling you a story while you're like rolling one up, you know, and he's like, yeah, and then I was over here, and then I did this, and he's just boom, boom, just hitting you with these jokes. Like
that's exactly how it felt, actually. Like we were just chilling, having a couple beers, smoking or whatever. That's exactly how it felt. And he was just like that funny dude that doesn't want to sit down. And like you said, like you're rolling up, or I'm like sitting back having a beer and watching this fool, like,
I know,
like that's how he is.
Fucking retarded high. Sorry, you probably shouldn't say that word.
But for the record, if you have not seen the Pimp Chronicles, Damien, I 100% recommend it. It is literally, I would say, like mine and Putch's high school years.
Mm-hmm.
The Pimp Chronicles came out. It was Cat Williams stand up, and it had to have been. I would say that there was not a single stand up comedy special that was put out within a 5 to 10 year span.
This shit
5 to 8 year.
This shit right here. This shit right here, though. This shit right here is called like, bro. That was all of high school, and that was Pimp Chronicles. That was. I never
literally quoted it for a decade, bro.
For a whole, bro. At least I never seen more people with perms than after Cat Williams hit the fucking scene with the Pimp Chronicles, bro. More people. I don't know. That's what makes it hard, like to say, like, because bro, in his interview on Club Shay was like, he's making like some pretty fucking bold claims, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And
but him saying that he wasn't a drug user, I don't believe that at all.
I was gonna say, can you summarize real quick, just for the audience and myself, what exactly he said?
Okay, so here's
trying to summarize it, pimp. Good luck trying to summarize that shit.
There's a lot. There's two parts to it, right? So here's a couple of the things that stuck out to me. Was he made a claim that he put 66 like some big number, like 60 something people on the fucking show, like on these shows with him, right? That's a stretch to me.
He's not talking about one tour, right? Is he talking about like the lifespan of his tours back in the day?
From the way I'm understanding it, when I hear that, it is that you've taken 66 different individuals. They have passed through with you to all these different shows, and now they are doing shows. They are their own headliners.
Yeah, like headlining, doing all this shit.
Yeah, I don't know 60. I couldn't name you 66 headlining comedians, right, that have popped up between now and 2000 or now in 2000, let's say 2005. I couldn't tell you 66 different fucking comedians' name. And he's saying that he bred 66 different. I don't know. I think that's a stretch. And forgive me maybe for my ignorance of comedy, whatever. I don't see it. Right.
Yeah. And I wonder what the metric is too. If like he saw one of his guys headline once and then just be like, that was me. That was my guy.
Well, he did put people on though. There was some people that he put on. But for him to claim when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck? Like the only things that I genuinely feel that held any weight with what he was saying. The Kevin Hart shit, I think is like it's a stretch. There's some shit in there that I'm sure there's beef between the two of them. But let's be honest. Nick Cannon put them on. Nick Cannon put both of them on. If it wasn't for Nick Cannon, neither one of them would be relevant. Let's be fucking 100% straight up. And
that's a bold statement, but I could see how you got there. I could see how you got there.
Like, especially Katt. Tell me what the fuck Katt Williams was doing before he was on Wild 'N Out. Nothing. He was doing baby little shows around LA, maybe in Atlanta somewhere, but he was not. Nobody was really putting him on. You know what I mean? But the when he started talking about the Cedric shit and the Steve Harvey shit and the stealing jokes from Bernie and from I forgot the other comedian's name,
DL Hughley.
People knew that already. Like people already kind of knew that, and it got swept under the rug. And he just kind of, fluffed up feathers again. That was like the big thing that he really did.
Who do you think was the best out of the Kings of Comedy?
Who do I think was the best?
Bernie, yeah. Bernie's hands down.
I think it was either Bernie or Cedric. Those two are just their delivery and the way that they told jokes and just the way that their voice was when they told jokes. Like Cedric had that real and then Bernie was like, like it was fun to watch. I mean, but there's funny ass like Mike Epps is fucking funny. I wish he would have been on tour. Like I wish he would have been on like King's Comedy Tour. Like there's a lot of black comedians that I really enjoy that I really wish could have gotten clumped up into a new King of Comedy tour that never happened. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the new Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
But now they're talking about like DC Young Fly in them, and I've seen some of their comedy, and it's really not that fucking funny. You know what I mean? It's more like fugazi, making sounds comedy. It's not like jokes. And the art of comedy. I was just talking about this. The art of comedy of which in like writing these jokes and figuring out how to intertwine jokes together so that punchlines still hit throughout the whole fucking whole the stand up. You know, like Chappelle, for instance, right? There's one stand up that he does where he talks about the 3 times that he met O.J. Simpson, and like he'll say like the first time I met O.J. Simpson, it was this, blah 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 blah, and then he'll like kind of linger into another joke, and then he'll be like, and that was the second time that I met. Like, that is good joke writing. It's very artistic, and a lot of comedians don't have that anymore. You know what I mean?
To interweave everything. I think that is a good sign of like, yeah, you are really good at your craft to be able to like bring something back, even from the beginning or like the middle. You like play around with this so much to be able to be like, oh damn, I remember the joke. I was paying attention, and that's why people laugh about it. I think
and it's intricate enough to be funny for them to use it over and over again, but like broad enough for like you said, for those cell phone users that are like just listening to the special, that it would still make them chuckle as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, and a big thing. I mean, I don't want to go too deep on this, but I think it's crazy too to make some of the allegations not only like he was talking about like they went to an Illuminati party and this and that, and he like made some
ludicrous and shit.
Yeah, made some like alluding statements to somebody and a dead son. Like he was making some crazy statements, and it was like, do you think some of those attacks were real? Because some dudes made some responses pretty fast. Almost like, to me, it almost felt too fast. Like Ludacris said something, clap back. Like I think it was like a day later, or like 2 days later. And
I think that just shows that I just feel like that's good. That's you doing good. Like I feel like that's you paying attention to what's going on and you being like, hey, motherfucker, I'm listening to everything that's going on. You're not gonna fucking faze me. That's what I view it as. You know what I mean? Like if somebody put out a diss track and then you respond, somebody put out a diss track to you and you responded within 24 hours. Like I don't think that's like a cause for alarm. Oh, he fucking did it within 24 hours. No, I was like, you're fucking listening to what's going on and you're able to respond that fast. That's how I look at it. Personally.
I think it's even more insulting to not respond though. Like it gives it no validity. You're like, I don't even know what the fuck this clown is saying. Like I'm not.
Really?
It doesn't faze me.
Really? You really believe that? You really believe that?
I think
based off the conversation that we had today.
What did I say?
So I showed you a video of Jinxie flaunting money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you were like, oh, if I was in that position, I'd probably do the same thing.
Wait. This is no, because this is different. This is different.
Is it though?
What? In context,
how is that different?
Shut up.
Is it?
Shut up, man. So
Somebody's
the context was
pants.
Jinxie, a gamer on YouTube. He rages. Maybe you've seen some clips. Maybe you haven't. He got really big. And then somebody was shit talking him on, you know how you get on fucking Call of Duty. In this case, it's a game called Rainbow Six Siege. Same concept, kind of more complicated, but he was shit talking him. You know how you are on the game, bro. You'll say fucking anything, bro. If the logs are released, everybody's going to fucking jail. So he did some real tame shit.
Oh, tell us what you really said.
Listen, bro. Listen. No, actually, I never played COD, to be fair. I played Fortnite, which got way fucking dirtier. I'm just kidding. No, but essentially he was just, the dude on the other line was just basically shit talking him, being like, you're fucking, what did he say? He was like, did he say that he has no money? I don't remember exactly what he said.
Something along those lines.
Something like, you're broke, bitch, like whatever. You don't even have a Hellcat. Like you don't even have a Hellcat, whatever. Just like He's like, oh yeah, and then even the dude on the line was like, do a money spread, and then Jinxie said, bet, and then he goes off stream, comes back, and he just flaunts like hella hundreds, just like a stack of hundreds, and I was like, in my head, that's fair. Like if somebody's shit talking me in the moment, like to my face, I'm saying some dumb shit. I'm saying some like just shit to prove him wrong. Like if it came to the fact that I just went to the ATM and Cisco was like, you're fucking broker than me. And I was, bro, that stack would come out so fast. I'd be like, oh yeah, but bitch ass. But then
listen to what you just said though. You just said there's more. It's like more insult to injury if you don't.
But if Cisco, but if Cisco went on another podcast and was like, let's say we had a falling out, whatever. Like me and Cisco did not fuck with each other, and then he wanted.
Here, let me give an example of how it would be. All right, let me cover your face. Yeah, dog. Zero, man. That man is fucking broke. Like I've never seen somebody ask for more money within a week than that motherfucker. He couldn't even afford.
And then I'm clipped, and then my chat's like, yo, Cisco talking shit on your name. Boom. Maybe I watched the clip. Let's say I watched the clip.
Maybe you watched the clip. Damn.
No. Because I would watch the clip. I would watch the clip at some point, whether it be on or off stream. But let's say I watched the clip on stream. Yo, Damien is so broke, whatever. I'd be like, damn, that's crazy. Click off the fucking video, and then I'll go do my stream shit. Bro, I'm not like, why are we even back and forth and on the internet like that? In my head, I'm
because like, that's where it is now. That's where the entertainment.
I get that's where it is. That's where the entertainment is. But
I don't understand that either. Like, why are we mentioning each other on Twitter? Why are we tagging each other on Instagram videos? Why are you responding to one another through Instagram stories?
Okay, well, hold up.
I'm clicking off the video, bro. I'm like, whatever, bro. Say whatever Cisco said.
That's bullshit. This motherfucker pulling out money like this.
I'm like, oh yeah, bitch. Now,
no.
Now check this though, because even me recently, but even me before for battles, like we'll hit each other up and be like, hey, bro, this shit's gonna be butt, whatever. And the next thing we're kind of throwing some jabs back and forth, over Twitter, or throwing some jabs back and forth each other on Facebook. And it's nothing personal. We're trying to like hype this up. Like we know that
like a fight, right? Like
a boxing fight or
MMA fight.
Right? Fight, yeah. Bro, so recently Korpsx had a battle with this dude, Toy Boy, right? And he made a post and he said some shit like I'm a catch a corpse out here. I was like, whoa, bro, you mentioned my fam's name. Like my JR is going to catch a body on you. Don't even trip. Like you should have said Skella. Like, you know what I mean? Like I went on this whole thing with him and we were kind of going back and forth a little bit.
Hey, that's kind of a bar though. I'm not going to lie.
It's a bar.
It's kind of a bar. That's kind of a bar.
His name is like Prince Oxy or something, right? And this is all historical facts.
Wait, it's Oxy's little homie?
It's Oxy's little homie. Oh, and he did.
If you've never seen Oxy, Oxy's fucking butt. Actually, Korpsx battled Oxy.
Yeah, I battled Oxy.
Bro, Oxy is. I love watching Oxy.
Bro, that was a crazy battle. Like the whole like backstory with it too. But I told him some shit like, "Oh, you can't spell Oxy without having OX in it. Like Oxnard's out here going to be out here representing by themselves, like because they're going to the IE. It was hostile. Like it was a bunch of shit, bro. Like it was, but we talked this battle up, and it kind of made me feel like, is that what he's doing with Luda? Because Luda's supposed to be releasing some new music. You know what I mean? And then some of these dudes are talking about going back on tour. Some of these dudes are talking about getting back in comedy. Like Steve Harvey is been in talks of going back to comedy. Eddie Murphy, you know what I mean? Kevin Hart just had a new special release on fucking him and fucking what was it? Chris Rock? I think it was Chris Rock. They just had a new like little special thing that they put on Netflix. So is this a way for them to kind of like talk shit, but then also promote each other's stuff? Type of thing.
It could be. I mean, it's show business, right?
Because realistically, let's be fucking real, bro. Katt Williams hasn't been relevant in 20 years.
Sheesh.
He hasn't.
Sheesh.
The last time anybody heard about Katt Williams, they saw him walking around the fucking streets. No, they saw him walking around the fucking streets. He looked fucking homeless, the poor guy, bro. Like, and you're gonna tell me he wasn't on drugs? Like, come on, man.
He got in trouble for like
Real.
fighting like a 16-year-old or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
he was fighting like
That's
a
crazy.
kid, bro.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
fighting
yeah.
like
That's crazy.
This is just for him to become try and become relevant again because Kevin Hart is in every other fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like, let's, bro. Misery likes company, bro. Let's just be real.
Dang.
I think for him to go and do that type of shit, and don't get me wrong, I love Shannon Sharp. I do. I watch Nightcap with Ocho Cinco. Like, Shannon Sharp is great. I like what he does. I'm glad he has his own platform now. But for him to like, I don't. Maybe he didn't know Cat Williams was gonna come on there. But 3 fucking hours of just like he's meando, like you know what I mean? Like you're just gonna fucking let this man rant and rave about all this shit. At some point, you gotta step in and be like, "Come on, man, grab your nuts. Let's be real." You know what I mean? Like you're sitting here bitching about all this shit and like releasing information. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like that's a no-no. If you want to leak a little bit here and there, but 3 hours worth, come on, bro.
And I hate that there's a lot of they statements. I hate that. It's like you're already speaking on a lot of shit. Like dudes is dead, children type shit. And you're talking about they. Why aren't we just saying names? Like we're already there. Like we're already fucking there, bro.
The Illuminati shit was a stretch, bro. Like well, that shit. When he was talking about that shit, I was like, "What the fuck ever."
Yeah, right, pal. The people who are really in Illuminati, you think they're letting,
Kevin Hart?
let's
Bro,
say,
let's
really
be
think
real.
that-
let's call a spade a spade. You think they're letting in melanated people, bro? They think
Let's
you
be real.
think they're letting in.
And even if
people
they are,
me.
for what? What is Kevin Hart doing to control any of the world?
But also, let's be real. The
He's
Making
Illuminati.
movies with
He's
Dwayne
not doing
Johnson?
He's 5'2", bro. Who's he
Come
overpowering?
Yeah.
Be fucking real, bro.
Nah, bro. But for real, I don't think any celebrities in the Illuminati. If there
And-
is
and-
an Illuminati, I don't think any celebrity at all is in it. You know who is in the fucking Illuminati? If it does exist, no name billionaires, trillionaires, people who are fucking running countries under some fucking crazy shit.
Yeah, that's who exactly.
That's who's really in the Illuminati. If there is one, not fucking. I don't know. I couldn't even think of a name, but like nobody that we would know, be able to name off the top of our head, is in the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Okay, but I will say this. I think there is a possibility that there are ties in the Illuminati that deal with media that we listen to and watch.
Like what?
Like
Like imagery.
Your vibrator from your watch or what, dude?
did you hear that?
Did you turn
Is
it
that
on?
loud?
No.
No, I just got a message. The record labels and shit like that.
Yeah.
Those I feel like record labels have ties with the Illuminati on what they can and can't produce. That's why a lot of people like Tech Nine will stay independent because they can't because they're censored on a lot of the shit that they can say. And
You
a
know
lot
who's
of those things have to clear certain shit for it to come out.
You know who's an interesting case that I heard about is his name. I think his name was B.O.B. Do you guys remember? It
Yeah,
was
Bob.
a while back.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he started speaking out on shit, and then like everybody kind of dropped him. Like he was coming up. I feel like I heard him maybe not a lot, but I remember I bumped some of his music, and then all of a sudden I didn't hear from him ever. Like I don't know if he stopped making music or if they just stopped publishing his shit. But I remember hearing like a theory of like he started speaking out, started like saying some crazy shit about the Illuminati, and then they just bumped him. Like
That's how Lupe Fiasco was like that,
Mm-hmm.
and Talib Kweli.
Hobson too.
Hobson. Well, Hobson's always been independent though, but he went kind of psycho. I followed Hobson heavy. I followed his whole team. Dizzy, Wright, Jaron Benton, Swizz. I followed all of them. I went to hell of their shows. I have pictures with Dizzy Wright and with Jaron Benton. Like I went to all their fucking shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, B.O.B. and Lupe Fiasco were like the two that were, and Talib Kweli, of course. what ended Talib Kweli though was when he was trying to make a point about something. I don't remember exactly what the point he was trying to make it, but it was like some type of like tube feeding. How they there was like some POWs or something like that, and
I'll be right back.
posted a fucking video of him getting this tube shoved down his throat into like his esophagus and posted on YouTube. And they try to censor it and take it off the web and shit like that. And I don't remember what the fucking point of the whole of him showing that demo was, but yeah, the shit got fucking wild, bro. And I saw Jordan's post, by the way, and his old lady just sent me a message putting my children to sleep with your voice. I got a soothing voice, dog.
My guy.
Thank you.
Nah, I think like even then, the powers I think that are truly like the Illuminati are, yeah, they have their ties in the music business. You know what I'm saying? But I think that they're so far fucking removed that there's layers of command. That
Yeah, for sure. I'm not saying like immediate hand in. I'm
know,
talking about like there's rules. They've set rules, and then it gets telephoned.
but bro, you think at the layer of a Ludacris. Ludacris was one of my favorite rappers, right? I think he's one of the greatest that ever came out of the South, right? But you think a Ludacris
better than T.I.? Ooh, because it's tough for me too. It's tough for me too. But I'm gonna take T.I.
Bar for bar, like here's a beat, write a track. I think I would sway more with T.I.'s music, but when you look at complete body of work, it's still Luda. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all the albums he did. Now T.I. was hitting that fucking RPM, bro, and then he got brought in on those charges. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it uprooted his whole.
I think I might agree with you on that. I think Ludacris does beat him. If I think about it now,
complete body of work, all the albums, all the features, everything that he did, DTP, all of that shit, bro. Like he had a fucking whole Southern movement. Now T.I. was on that gangsta shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to listen to somebody who's Southern gangster rap crunk shit,
T.I. Wait, what the fuck? Damo's wearing a robe?
Let's fucking go.
Little robe.
Wait, Damo, open the robe for me though.
Come on. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Let's get a waist shot.
Weird, bro.
Nah, it's not weird. It's only weird because you're making it weird.
Alright.
I can feel it, baby.
Chill out.
Let's go.
Trying to hold back this feeling. So
Felt a little dirty doing that.
Oh, you are dirty.
I don't know if I liked that.
Jordan message.
Yeah, you did. You loved it. Shut the fuck up.
I just like the attention.
Jordan messaging.
Just kidding.
Jordan sent that picture of fucking
Someone call Old Spice. All right.
Yeah, they sent it to me. I was trying not to look at my phone, but I want to see the picture.
Yeah,
wait, what's
I know. I couldn't help it. It's Jordan, man. I was like, I'm gonna look at that. No, it's a picture of his kid sleeping, man. I was like, oh, that's adorable. Good. Jordan, man, loyal friend, man. I'll say that. I've known that dude since like the third grade, bro.
That's crazy.
One of the best friends I've ever had.
Dude, listen, and I had a hard time, bro. Like, I feel like I made a lot of friends, but at the same time, I didn't feel like I made a lot of friends. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't like close with them like that. Like, because the friends I just left were dudes I went to fucking kindergarten with, you know, or I knew them before we went to kindergarten type shit, you know? And so, but Jordan was definitely somebody, and I don't think I said it enough. So I love you, Jordan. You know what I mean? But good friend. Good egg. He's a fucking good egg.
Good rain.
I was just saying, that reminded me. Oh, sorry. I was just sorry. Go ahead. Say real quick. In that, I don't know if you were talking about the same thing as me. I was gonna say in high school, I remember one time one of my like close friends was like, "Bro, you know everybody." I was like, "Nah, like everybody knows of me. That's all." Like everybody says what's up to me. That's probably about it. And I could like chat with anybody, but I don't know. I just didn't. But I don't know if that's what you were saying, where you were like weren't close with anybody or close with everybody.
Yeah, I feel like I just didn't like I would, maybe it was like this jealousy type of thing like that was in me, like an insecure type of thing, but it was like I would see other people's reactions with each other, and I feel like my presence didn't provoke that same reaction with them.
Yeah.
And so then it made me feel like, oh, they don't really like me like that, like, you know. And so there was a few people who I knew for sure though were like homies, because they came and, you know, they spent the night at the house, or I would spend the night at their house a lot. Like I knew, you know, these are the people I was close with. It was like 3 or 4 people I could say, really.
Yeah. I feel you. I think that's always a bad comparison to like be like, oh, they don't react like that with that intensity. Because, you know, everybody's different, but I definitely feel you on that shit, where I'd be like, oh, damn, you were definitely more excited to see them.
Yeah.
I just did.
Yeah.
That's how I feel around Cisco all the time, bro.
Yeah, I was I was just gonna say that I've actually never experienced that.
Yeah, literally, people will be like Cisco, and it's like, hi, Damien.
And bro, I never understood that. Like, I don't know what it is. Okay, like I know that I'm charismatic and I know that I'm decent looking. Like honestly, I'm being real. Like I'm not trying to be.
No, you're not ugly.
Oh.
Yeah, you trying to get
what I mean?
points, bro. You're trying to get us to say it, bro. You're not ugly, bro. You're handsome. Take off your pants.
I'm just saying. What? But I'm just saying. It's always been like that for me. Like ever since I was a kid, everybody like I would always be welcome to the group, or like, oh shit, Cisco's here. So I don't know what it's like for that not to happen. But I never until like way after high school, I never realized that I was like a popular kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just knew everybody, and everybody knew who I was, and I just figured it was because I had my hands in a lot of things. I would paint backpacks at school. I was in dance. I was always, you know,
it probably is
that shit. You know what I mean? So I thought that's what it was, but then I started to realize, oh shit, I was actually popular in high school.
Yeah, I will say, like I said, I knew I could name everybody, like not everybody literally in the school, but I had a lot of people like drama, football, basketball, photography. Like I had very much the same thing, but I feel like nobody like knew me enough to be like, yo, come like to the party or whatever. I had one dude, and I think me and Save talked about this a little bit. There was I'm not gonna name his name, but the where's my hug at dude. One time, me and my close buddy were at a party, and I didn't go to parties very often, but we were at this party, and me and my friend were like, bro, me and you are definitely cooler than this dude. Like for sure. But this motherfucker gets invited to every fucking party. Like we're the only reason we're here right now around these people are because of the where's my hug at dude. And we're like, how does he keep doing this? Like where does
because he's the shadow, bro. The where's my hug at guy is the shadow. So he's always like just there. And then they're like, hey guys, we're gonna have a party tonight. You guys are all invited, blah blah blah. And he's just like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like he's just right there in the corner. Real quick, shout out to our boy Daniel, dog. He just shouted us out on Instagram and added the link on there. So appreciate that, man. I
appreciate you, brother.
That's love. That's really love. Like for other people promoting our shit, that's fucking love. So thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that, brother.
I literally said much love.
Yeah, much love.
Much love to you, man. People are genuinely attracted to genuine souls, authenticity. They gravitate towards good people. Yeah, I guess that's true.
I helps out.
Yeah, helps out.
No, I do remember it was after high school. I mean, during school, I guess it didn't really bother me as much, right? Like it didn't bother me, but I felt that way about people. But there was a time I remember after high school, you know, I was rolling with the crew, and you know, girls liked hanging out with us. So at any given time, there could be, you know, 6, 7 chicks hanging out at the house. We're all just chilling. Like we're just chilling, you know. And Friday night comes and we'd hit a party, right? And so we're deep. Like we're like 4 or 5 cars fucking deep. There's more girls than there is dudes. So
I've actually experienced this one time with you. I have experienced this one time with you.
Okay, so it's like we could pull up and it's like, oh, it's all good. Let them in. We got our own brew. I got my own smoke. You know what I mean? Like, so don't even worry. We're just here to kick it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to get on some beer pong tables. I'm gonna sit over here and smoke, blah, blah, blah. The girls aren't ours. Like, you know, none of us are dating them. So you have, you know, y'all do y'all's thing, whatever. And I remember though, there was one time we pulled up to a party and somebody called. I remember they were calling. They're like, hey, what are you guys doing? Oh, come over here. Putch and them just pulled up. And I remember thinking like, yeah, I did. Yeah. Actually, we just fucking did, motherfucker. This is the place to be.
Okay, let me ask you this.
You're like, yeah, I did just pull up.
Oh yeah, I am up in here, man.
Let me ask you this, dog.
That's funny.
When you and the crew would pull up,
Mm-hmm.
would people ask you guys to dance?
No, not as much. There was dudes who danced, but we weren't like a dance crew. You know what I mean? Like,
I know, but I'm saying, like, would people ask you guys to, like, hey, let's go, like, go dance?
Let's go dance.
The thing that I fucking hated about this, is that in high school, I was one of the only male dancers. And my group, none of them fucking danced, bro. I didn't start hanging out with, like, dancers until I picked it with you. And then I knew everybody danced, you know, so it was cool. Like, if we all went, like, I don't remember what party I only went to one party with you, and it was this big ass fucking house, and I think it was in Ojai somewhere. No, actually, I've been to 2 parties with you because I went to what's Buddy's name? He used to be was it Brian? Does he have a dog named Yoshi?
Byron.
Okay, I went to a party with you at Byron's house because he had like a studio in his garage or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. Then we went to this big ass house party. I remember because Sly was there, and I think Felicia was there too. And I think we were in Ojai. But I remember because we did actually dance at that party, which was crazy because I was like, I've never been to a party before where I get to dance with my friend. Like, it was tight as fuck. It was tight as fuck. But yeah, I always had that issue, and they'd be like, oh, Cisco dance. And I'm like, I'm not a fucking monkey. You know what I mean? Like, but there's nobody else here that's gonna dance. So, and that was always like my thing. Like, if we were at a party or at a nightclub or something and nobody was dancing, I'm always the first one on the dance floor because I need people dancing. That's the type of vibe that I want.
See, bro, and that was it sucks because it was that era too where it made me look at dancing with girls like it's not just dancing. Like, you know what I mean? Because I remember even the chicks we would hang out with, I wouldn't want to dance with them. You know what I mean? It's like because it's like like, you know, like I hang out with you on the reg, dude. What the fuck? I don't want you.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about like bumping, grinding, dancing. I'm just talking about like being out on the floor, catching a vibe. You know what I mean?
I mean, the homies would freak with the homegirls. Like, if there's no dudes in this bitch who are down to dance with them, like everyone's being pussy, then they'll Pudge, come on, dance with me. I just want to shake my ass. It's like, all right, dude, whatever. Like, you know.
Okay. I guess shake your ass.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, but these are our homegirls. Like, I know what they be up to. So it's like,
yeah.
Like, I don't.
Yeah, I was always weird like that too. You know what's weird? You know what's weird about that too is I was one of those guys that was like, okay, you know, like your best friend's gay and you know, you want to dance, but I don't really feel like dancing because I'm chilling right now. You want to go dance with your gay best friend? Cool, go do it. But it wasn't until like old boy had swangers, bro. Like he was swanging with my girl, and I was like, yeah, nah, we ain't doing that no more.
Yeah.
Well, what are swingers? What do you mean?
Like they were like dancing, bro. Yeah, like you ever like watch 2 people freak dance? Is that what it's called? Do people still call it freak dancing?
Yeah, freaking. I still call it freaking.
You don't know what freak dancing is? They mean
like
when your pelvis is grinding, pretty much.
Grinding,
but like you're so in tune, like, and their bodies are like moving together, type shit, and it's just like, damn, they're in their pocket right now. Yeah, you're not gonna be in your pocket with nobody but me, okay? You're in my pocket.
You know what I'm saying?
Like that's we're not doing that anymore. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, oh God.
He likes butts, and you're rubbing your butts on him. You know what I mean? Like we're not doing. Yeah, that was the one and only time, and I was like, yeah, I'm not okay with that. we're not doing that no more.
Did you stop? Did you stop?
Yiking is another term
no.
people use these days. Yiking.
I didn't stop him, but after I was like, look, I tried to be cool with this, and I thought I was gonna be cool with it, but yeah, we ain't doing that. I can't even move like
yeah, like even if I was dancing with the homegirls at the party, like, you know what I mean? It's like, we are not about to get weird out here. Like, you're not about to dance with me like I'm one of these dudes right here. No fucking way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no way, bro. No, like, nah. Like,
but I'm in. Bro, I'm honestly, I'm in need for a good session like that, like a good like grinding on some shit like that, like having a good. Because it's just. Like I said, when you're in that pocket, when you find a girl that can dance, like dance it. And I'm not just talking about like shake that. Because there's been, bro, let me tell you. There used to be this girl in high school. And I'm not going to name her name because I don't know who watches this and I don't know what we clipped. So I'm not going to fucking name her name. But she was a dancer, right? And she was cool. She was pretty cool at dancing. But when it came to like freaking, for some reason, I don't know what overcame her or what the fuck ever, but she thought the more that she backed her ass up on you and the harder she did it, the better dancing it was. And let me tell you, that's not what it is.
No.
Because if my pelvic area is going to be fucking bruised, we ain't doing it right. You know what I mean? I need it to be smooth like butter. You know what I mean? Like, I need to be in there fucking like just, if my hands aren't like this and I'm not, the bottom part of my body is not doing the right thing.
What the fuck?
See, you laughing because you don't know what the fuck we talking about. But if you know what we talking about, you know.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
but yeah. There and then there was a party that we went to one time. There was a birthday party that we went to one time, and she was there, and everybody was like, "Yo, make sure you don't dance, you know, because she gonna fuck you up."
You play Mortal Kombat out here.
For real, fatality, real quick on that ass, bro.
Bro, it kills me. It kills me.
Grandmaster said, what is it called? Came from Freak a Leak song?
This man.
That's how you know we're seasoned.
Damien, the more and more we do this podcast, the more we see how much you don't season your chicken, bro. Like, it's just fucking wild.
What does that mean? What do you mean, bro?
I need a drink.
I'll put salt on it, okay?
Nah, like, bro, please soak up this game. Like, please, bro, watch these movies, listen to these songs, dog, because it's the era that we came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, but go for it.
Bro,
no,
you've never heard Freak a Leak by PD Pablo?
No, that's
no idea.
No idea. Bro, PD Pablo? Shout out PD fucking Pablo. This dude is from North Carolina. This motherfucker like had people like ass popping, bro, and Daisy Dukes, dog, at the car wash on Sundays, like for months.
I need a girl like a freak with earring in the tongue, and she know what to do with it. You don't know about, bro.
I have no idea what this is. But also,
I want to girl like to get a pussy licked by another bitch because I ain't drunk enough to do that. You don't know that shit, bro?
Bro, I've listened to
Yolanda, Freak a Leak.
Yo,
bro. And this is why I tell you, you need to. I know you don't like to go out. But this is what I'm saying. Just give me at least one time, bro, and bring your girl with you, and
turn you guys
one
out,
time, bro. He said, if I go out, I know I'm not gonna have a good time. If you go out with me, you're gonna have a good time.
No.
Give me an hour, and if you don't have a good time, then you can go to the ice cream shop and buy your girlfriend flowers on the way home, and you.
Bro,
watch Adventure Time.
What I like, and I'm not the type to be like, oh no, bro, I like what I like, and I'm not doing anything else. You kind
of are like that.
No. Didn't I say that I was down? I said I was down.
No, you did not. You said I wouldn't do it because I'm not going to have fun. That's what you said verbatim.
That doesn't sound like me at all. I don't think I'd say that not once.
Shut the fuck up.
Nah, bro. No, but mainly because like one. I don't know, bro. I just don't know how to dance. Like for me,
you don't need to dance. You don't need to dance.
So
and if you do dance,
why would I go out?
You will have other people for the vibe, bro.
What vibe, bro?
Just go
What-
watch
what
me
else?
get crunk,
Just
dude.
to go
alright?
have- yeah, okay. Let me just put it to you like this.
But that's the thing.
If
I would
Putsch
go.
came
I
down
would
to
go
San Diego.
support Putsch. I would go support Putsch if he's doing like a battle. I would go watch him dance. I want to watch him dance. I think that would be really fun. I think that would be really cool. But for me to go to a club, I'd be like, bro, I'm spending fucking $17 for this fucking drink. I'm listening to music that I don't fucking care about. I'm with people. Not the people that I'm rolling with, obviously, but I'm with fucking other people who I don't fucking need to talk to. I don't want to talk to.
You watch me
fucking
dance
out of here.
with the big ghetto.
Bro, let me just put it to you like this.
Ghetto.
If Putsch came down, right? If Putsch came down and Putsch was like, yo, I'm in town. It's Friday night. Let's get into something. And I hit you up and I was like, Damo, let's just fuck. I hit you on the side chat.
Because
I hit you on the side chat.
yeah, of course, because Putsch is never here. And I want to.
And then he was like, yeah, he was like, bro, yeah, but you wanting to see him would be like, yo, let's go sit down at Denny's and talk. Like,
yeah, because I want to get to fucking know him because I've never fucking met the kid.
But how much better can you know someone by learning the language of dance?
I literally
That's how you really
could
fucking know somebody.
0%.
0%, my main man.
But I could know 0% more by watching him dance. I could be impressed. I could be very like, wow, that was amazing. I've never seen somebody dance like that. I think that's really cool.
Here's the
but
thing is,
to
I think
know
you're
him,
confused. I think you're confused.
bro.
Like, we're not out chasing girls. We're not out.
I'm not
bumping
saying
our
you are.
uglies.
I'm not saying you are.
We're there catching a vibe, bro. We're gonna be just like, hey, and then you know what? We would even be, like Putch and I would have a drink in our hand. You'd have a drink in your hand that one of us bought because we know you don't want to spend money on drinks. And then we would, Putch and I would be like, hey, go Damo. And then you would be like, oh, stop. And then you would actually like, you're like, okay. And then you would start having fucking fun, bro. I promise you that's exactly how it would go down.
Literally would I'd shut y'all down. I'd be like, stop, huh? Stop that.
Hey,
I just like, I
wouldn't do that.
I need to get you on some Waffle House fucking activity, bro. That's
No, don't do that. Okay, no, that's where the demons are. Don't do that. We're
Waffle
not doing
House?
that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Waffle House
We
is
talking about
crazy.
the food place? What are we talking about?
Yes.
The food place.
I don't know if this is a club, bro. I don't know. Current
That
club culture
place
is so
is a-
whack. I agree.
That place is a fucking.
Oh, what do you mean current club culture is whack? What does that even mean?
I don't know. That's what
Just going to
Crystal
the
Waters
wrong.
said.
What club?
Of course, Crystal Waters would say that shit.
Well, yeah,
Crystal Waters, Crystal Waters.
We enjoy the same things. Yes.
Crystal
Yeah,
Waters.
being boring.
0%.
I'm just
No,
saying, it's
bro.
not even about being boring. Listen, I don't like to go out that much either, but there are certain days that I'm like, I want to go and catch a vibe and have, bro. And I'll go to little places. I'll go to gay bars because they're even more fun.
They are fun.
They play better music. The drinks are better, and everybody's vibing. It's just about the vibe, bro. It's about the vibe.
No.
I don't know. I mean, listen, I've done it before. I've gone to parties. Didn't really care for the. Oh shit! I thought something happened. I went to parties. Didn't really care for the parties. I went to.
Because you're not going with the right people.
And I literally told my supervisor today, I'll try everything 3 times. I have this rule for food. If I go to a restaurant and somebody's like, bro, this restaurant is fucking smacking, and I'm like, okay, I'll take that into consideration. I'll go 3 times. If it's not good by the 3rd fucking time, you have dog shit opinions. I will never take your opinion again.
Jesus Christ.
But
Okay.
that's a fair shot though. 3 times, you can't fuck up 3 times, bro.
Yeah, okay. But let me ask you a question, right? 0. When you go for walks every day, right? Right?
Yes.
Would you say we have fun?
Yeah, I love our walks,
We
bro.
we work together and we literally sit like back to back, right?
Korpsx all the genuine love for the walks, bro.
Would you say we have fun at work?
Like while working?
Yeah, like we'd be talking shit sometimes, but like
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
sometimes
fun,
like, we
genuinely
have fun jabs.
yeah,
Yeah.
we have fun, right? Like yeah, and like I walk into your car after work. Like, would you say that walking into your car, we have fun? We talk shit before we say like.
I know you're about to say, now if we're in the club, we'd have to
Yeah. I like how Cisco was setting this up.
You know what I'm saying?
literally-
We do a podcast together. We have fun on the podcast, right? We text each other. We have fun.
No,
when we
but
text
you
each
know
other.
what
We
all
play
of that
video
has
games
in
with each
common?
other. We've had fun.
You know what all of that has in common? The
Tell
ability
me.
to converse and share ideas and expand and build. I love that. I love that. If I could go from a stranger to that level of conversation with everybody,
Because-
I would love I don't know. I would just love that. It would be
Dude,
because
we
it's
will
something
do
that
all of
hold
that.
on,
We will do
but
exactly all of that.
it's
Well,
something that you love, right? It's something that you love. That's why you enjoy it so much, because you enjoy having conversations. You enjoy getting to know somebody more.
Yes.
You enjoy expanding. You enjoy those things, right? And I help do those things because you enjoy them so much.
No.
And I enjoy
you-
dancing and catching a vibe. So if to one of my best friends I said, would you just go out with me and do something that
You're
I
so
enjoy doing for
fucking
once?
manipulative, bro. You're
You're
so
gonna-
fucking manipulative, bro. This is insane. Do you see the levels that this man is operating on?
You're gonna tell me,
This
you're gonna
man
sit
is
here
on
and tell me that
levels, bro.
you would deny me of that?
Look at him, bro.
You would deny me of that?
Where did you learn this, bro? You went to
Where did I
psychology
learn what?
class. You went to psychology class.
Where did
Surely,
I,
bro.
where did I learn what?
Well, what? Why would you deprive me as your best friend, bro? As your best
would you
friend.
would you deprive me of me enjoying
is
myself
crazy.
with one of my
This
best
is
friends?
insane. This is insane.
Would
bro.
you? I want to hear you say it on
live on air.
on live. Would you deny me of that?
Listen, I'll do anything 3 times.
So you'll go out with me 3 times, and if it's whack all 3 times, then you won't do it again. I'm not even asking for 3 times. I just want 1 time.
It also yeah, I'll go out with you 1 time, man.
Thank you.
We'll go out 1
That's all
time.
I wanted.
Okay.
That's all I wanted.
Cisco, and we started off earlier too. You were saying that you wanted to bring something up, and I think we're cool off the catty cat Williams. So what else? What else?
And we're having so much fun. Okay.
I know. Well, I want to hear. It's been bugging me the whole time.
Yo, deadass,
really?
what's going on? We got the back half of the next hour.
Here's the conversation that I was kind of having with my group earlier. So I was kind of curious on how you guys viewed it, because I don't really know how I feel about it and where my view is on it. So I'm open. Like, I want to hear what you guys have to say, and then maybe I can make a decision on where I stand on it. So obviously we know about like Gypsy Rose Blanchard and what the fuck happened to her, right? You guys familiar with the whole thing? No? Munchausen syndrome. Mom put this girl through all this shit when she was younger.
Yes.
And made her believe that she was sick when she wasn't. Made her go through certain surgeries, and like had her teeth pulled and all types of shit. She had to eat through a feeding tube for all these fucking years when nothing was wrong with her at all.
Mm-hmm.
So as the girl got older, she realized that nothing was wrong with her. So her and her boyfriend at the time like set up this plot to kill the mom, because you put me through all this shit, you don't deserve to live type shit. Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
So they killed the mom, and then they went to jail. Well, Gypsy was just released like 2 weeks ago, and so the conversation that so I brought it up and I said, did the mom really deserve to die in that scenario? Like, did she really deserve to die? And the answer that I got back was yes. Like, if you ever do something psychological to a kid like that, then you deserve the death penalty. And we were all talking about how we all agree on the death penalty, which I do. I do believe that the death penalty is okay for certain situations. But then one of the gentlemen said, anything psychological when it comes to a child should be treated with the death penalty. And my thing was, if there's physicality behind it, like rape or Munchausen, like that, how that situation was, then I can kind of agree with that, right? Rape, 100% I can agree with it. But what I need I want to find a scenario where it's purely psychological and not physical. Like, the physical nature of those things is what makes me believe that the death penalty is okay for those things.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know anything that, like, purely psychological. I'm not sure if I would agree the death penalty is like the correct punishment for that. But on the other hand, I can't think of something that would be purely psychological to damage a child that far into the future.
I think proving psychological harm, I think, is very odd, and it's not something I would ever base my argument on. Because like psychological, like it's hard for me to understand where somebody's brain is from point A to point B, right? Unless I had 100% observation of their life, like that's hard that's hard because what else is affecting them at the same time psychologically? You know, physical harm is much easier for me to be like, you know, eye for an eye, because that's
and we can agree that physical harm can create psychological, like,
yeah,
waves that will fuck you up for
harm,
like, trauma.
psychological harm, yeah, traumas and shit,
Yeah.
You know, that's why we flinch. You know, it's a psychological reaction to a perceived threat. You know what I'm saying? And that got established somewhere. You know what I mean? So, nah, I mean, if I'm the jury and if all these facts are true, like his mom did all this shit, you know, the mom did all this shit to him and blah, blah, blah. I don't,
bro.
you know,
The case is kind of fucked. Yeah, the case is kind of fucked. Like surgeries, like the mom was medicating her daughter to like believe, so that way she would have these.
But
side
for
effects
what
and stuff
end?
like
But to what end? For what reason?
well, she was getting like
She's sick, bro. The mom was sick in the head.
wasn't she also getting like media attention? She was getting like money for this. She was getting like
yeah. Well, that too. There was money behind
She was
it.
getting
Too.
like housing. I think she was getting like a lot of shit. Yeah, she was getting like news press.
Chop them up, chop them up, chop them up, chop them the fuck up.
I think it is hard. I think I agree with Korpsx for the most part. It's hard to know where like something ends and begins. Like to point out something psychologically that it is your fault. You can probably at large be like, this is your fault, but like to what ends? Once you get into the nitty gritty of like, well, is it on September, 7th when you did this, or December 1st when you did that? It's like it's really hard to get into specifics because like when it's physical, it's like you were bruised on Christmas. You were tortured on this day, whatever it may be. It's just really
and that's
hard.
the kind of like where what I was kind of alluding to was during the conversation. I was saying, when it comes to like yelling at a kid could deal psychological trauma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in this case, like based off of what they were saying, and psychologically altering a child's mind, you should get the death penalty. And what I said to that was, and I didn't mean to throw shade at anybody, and I don't mean to throw shade at anybody that's listening to this or whatever, but like one parent leaving the household could alter psychologically the way that kid grows up and the way he perceives things. So are you saying that then too deserves a death penalty? You know what I mean? Like that psychologically, that kid would be different with both parents in the household than they would be with one parent in the household, or with one parent gone, or never talking to a parent ever again. You know what I mean? So, what's the extent to it? That's why personally I believe that if there's physical harm along with that psychological damage, then that's where you can gauge it. But anything that's purely psychological, I think you can only say it's case by case, and even then, like you guys said, how can you prove that? Based off of, you know what I mean?
Would you be able to say, like, by and large, if you could point at somebody being of enough psychological damage that they would like need some sort of punishment, whether it be death or like to be able to be thrown in jail? Like, could you point to somebody enough to be like, you caused enough psychological damage to this person so that way they don't function in the society, they're no longer able to do XYZ, they're in like
they did do that.
A house.
Charles Manson.
The Manson family. Yep. I was just thinking that.
Oh, damn.
Charles Manson didn't kill a single person. Charles Manson did not kill a single person. But he made people believe that they had to kill people. And he was fucking locked up for the rest of his life.
Mm-hmm.
For like creating a cult of people believing that they needed to kill people.
Yeah.
Damn, what kind of
for him?
Because I've never like.
I guess that would be a situation, right? That would be like
I have a book on it that I'm starting, bro. I have chaos. I have chaos.
But that one's kind of easy. Well, maybe not easy, but like that one's kind of a little bit easier because that's so because that even delves into the physical, that you've psychologically damaged somebody enough to where they're enacting what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's purely psychological, though.
That's
like if I sat here on the stream, right, and I was like, if you guys really believed in me, if you guys really like, and I got into your brain, kind of like how I did earlier with the whole club thing, right? Like if I did that repeatedly, day after day after day after day, that you, and I didn't touch you, I didn't cause any harm to you, but day after day, I fucking pried into your brain and pried into your brain and pried into your brain, enough to the point where I was like, Damien, you said that you would fucking do anything for me, bro. You told me that you had my back no matter what. And I have Peanut. I can't go do this. I can't do it because if I do it, I'm gonna be in jail for the rest of my life, bro. But you told me you were down to ride for me. So if you don't do this, then what kind of fucking man are you about lying to me like that? And you went and did that, and like you went and harmed somebody because I did that. That is some type of psychological damage that has gone into your brain.
No, yeah, for sure.
Right?
I mean, it's
but in on the defensive side of that, I mean, you still have free will, right? Like I didn't fucking hold a gun to your head and tell you to go do that. You know what I mean? So how do you combat that? How do you in a trial? How can you say, well, Cisco made me do that shit? Well, how did he make you do it? I didn't force you to do anything. You know what I mean?
I think an interesting thought experiment is always like how morals are actually embedded in society and not necessarily within your own mind. Because if you took somebody who was completely, you could do this with like cultures even. You could take somebody who's completely divorced from your society and watch them, even if you were to like to plop them in the forest or something, you could watch how like their morals won't be the same as yours, obviously. And then even people from different countries, like we have different standards for what like age of consent is going to be, what portions of like damn, I just lost my train of thought of consent. I don't know. Consent's probably like one of the biggest ones of like ours is, 18, above 18. Other places are going to be like 16. I think even within the US, there's like disputes of like what age of consent is. So like even within our own country. Yeah, that's kind of hard. But then if you like break down somebody's psychologically down to the point where they're even ignoring their own morals to break somebody down at that point, I think you could even question like, do they really have free will if you're able to break them down enough to where they no longer have any other viable option because now you've broken down even their morals that they would have otherwise stood on?
Yeah, but how does that hold up in court? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It'd be hard to be like, well, his morals were not like there. Yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah, like, how do you prove somebody's morals? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that. That's why I'm saying like that. It's such a hard scenario, and that's why I think, to me, I thought Charles Manson was a fucking genius. But I think that he was just caught up in the wrong. Like I think he had bad lawyers. You know what I mean? Like honestly,
what?
Like I don't know. I always say he wasn't that bad of a man. He was an evil man. He was an evil man. But for him to go down for all those murders, like, bro, you didn't kill a single fucking person.
I don't know.
It's wild.
I think at some point, like you can say the same for Hitler, right? Well, I don't know if Hitler actually did kill anybody, but
Hitler's a little bit different. Dog.
Vast majority of his murders are like you say like his whole regime and everything that went down under him. You'd say like it's kind of your fault, but at the same time, like you weren't commanding.
Good soldiers follow orders.
So this goes into the other portion of what we were talking about was if you were held hostage by somebody. And they told you are going to kill this person or I'm going to kill you. Mm-hmm. And you go and kill that person to save your own life. Should you be tried for murder?
No.
Yeah. Probably.
What? It was your life or theirs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but...
And this guy did have a gun to your head and said, if you don't kill this person, I'm going to fucking kill you.
I mean, I would hope that you would have like a lighter sentence due to the facts, but you still should be tried. And like, hopefully the judge sees the proof of, the evidence that like you were in danger. It's like a weird situation, but definitely still. I mean, cause like in my head, I'm like, cause the family is suffering regardless, whether you intended to or not, or whether you wanted to, and somebody still lost their life, and it was because of you, whether you wanted it to or not.
That's all fair, but it's a big plot that falls victim to circumstance. Definitely. Right? Because let's say if I was just with some random Joe Schmo and this is happening to us, and I so happen to be the one to lose my life, right? I would not, like in those final moments, I would not be angry with him. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's self-preservation, bro. Go home, get to your family, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry I'm here. I'm sorry you're here, dog. Like, we didn't want to be here. You know what I mean? It's this dude. You know what I'm saying? And that to me is where all moral responsibility falls. Because even my family, if I could look at him, I'd be like, don't be mad at him. Sure, he was the one that did it, but that was the dude who was forcing him. Like, yes, be sad, all this stuff. He's sad. He had to kill an innocent man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's fucked up. Like, but he got home to his kids, you know what I mean? And he got to go home to his wife, and I'm happy. That makes me happy. You know
yeah, because if the roles were reversed, I mean, you're doing it easy.
Easy. No questions fucking
Sorry,
asked. You know what I mean?
I got to get home to mine.
Sorry. Yeah, I got dinner, bro. I gotta go. Like, let's wrap this up. G, like, I'm sorry.
Dude,
like,
whoa.
I mean, it wouldn't be that easy. Like, I know it wouldn't be that easy.
I'd be like, I'd be a mess, bro. But yeah, I guess.
Yeah, even when I first started going hunting with my dad, and we would like go kill deer. The first time I ever shot a deer, it fucked me up. But I realized like this is for the preservation of our family. Like, this life is not going to waste. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And even in that scenario, in a weird, fucked up way, like, that life didn't go to waste.
They didn't go to waste. You know what I'm saying? But
that was a fucked up scenario. I don't know. Like, the thing is too is that, like, if I had to do it, gun in my head, I would fully expect to be tried. You know what I mean? And in my head, I'm like, hopefully the judge sees, you know, my reasoning and stuff like that, gives me a lighter sentence. But I hope the fucking hammer gets brought down on this dude who fucking had the gun to my head. Like, that's in my head. That's what's going on in my head as I'm like going home or to the police station or whatever. Like, I'll try to explain to the family. I'll, you know, be super sad for the whole situation. But I fully expect, to get charges.
Yeah, but then so the part after this that we talked about is, think about the psychological damage that deals to you now. Now, you were tortured. You were forced to kill somebody. And now you have to sit in a jail cell. What happens to you at that point? I mean, 9 times out of 10, I can tell you what the fuck's going to happen.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, bro.
Well,
yeah. Well, you know, you think
you're alone with your thoughts for that long?
I would like very much go over and over the situation and see how it could be different. But I think, and I guess I'd hope, because I hope I'm never in this situation, but I would hope that through it all, like, I would still find, I don't know, like, the humanity in it. Because I know, like, it's probably super easy to, like, you know, be super cynical and like, why the fuck did this happen to me? Why did that guy even exist? I wish that guy was dead. You know, whatever it may be. I don't know. I'd hope that I could find like something to hold on to in those insane moments.
If you saw that guy in jail, would you kill him?
I don't know, bro. If it was early enough, maybe. But
then your sentence would obviously be longer.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's literally what I'm thinking. I'm like, I can go home, and that'd probably be the best justice for me to go home and live my life. But that I'd be lying if there wasn't like every part of me would want to fucking kill him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I'm thinking about it right now too, because I'm not really an eye for an eye type of person. But I think there's more than just an eye that I've given up at that point. And yeah, you ruined my life, bro.
Yeah, because now
my life and somebody else's life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the family and their kids.
Well,
and
I think too. You know, The Godfather, in the movie The Godfather, there's this whole, there's that scene that's really famous where it's like, make you an offer that you can't refuse, right? But in that scene, when he's talking to him, the man has asked him to kill somebody because they've hurt his daughter, and Don Corleone says that he's not going to do it because his daughter's still alive. So that one always hit me, because I was like, so what is eye for an eye? You know, like, this man is coming to you and is asking you for a favor. You know, The Godfather. He knows what he's getting involved in. You know, he's came here and he's asked you a favor, and you're saying that no, because what they did isn't justified because she's still alive, even though they hurt her. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, they hurt her. So yeah, it makes it hard for me to live a life of like, what is truly an eye for an eye. But I think like that's where that whole psychological thing comes in. Psychologically, I think when you put somebody in a situation and you cause them to draw life, you're held responsible. Like soldiers, you know what I mean? Like I don't look at soldiers as murderers, as some people would like claim them to be. But I do.
Funny that you brought that up because that was something else that was brought up too. Like military somewhat forces you to go out and do that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, playa.
But the stake is different.
Yeah, you know, it's you're out there at the behest of a group of other people, defending your country, quote unquote, right? And at the end of the day, dude, there's got to be a line that you draw where you say it's me or them, you know. And if my brother, I would tell him I want you to come home. Fuck all, fuck all that other racket, dude. I want you to come home, so you do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Or whenever he would like.
Have you guys ever seen American Sniper?
Yeah.
No. Have you seen American Sniper? No.
Damn, who was it that was in that? Bradley Cooper? No.
Bradley Cooper.
It was Bradley Cooper, yeah. Bradley Coops.
There's a scene but that is a great fucking movie.
Great movie.
And I don't say a lot of movies are great. That's a fucking great movie. There's a scene in that movie that is it really, really doesn't make you feel good. And it's a scene where he's up on a rooftop and there's this mom and this kid that walk out. And he's got his scope on him, the sniper, right? And he's like saying that they're moving weird and shit. And then the kid has something under his shirt or whatever, his jacket or whatever the fuck the case may be. And Bradley Cooper's character is whispering to himself like, "Oh, don't do it, kid. Don't do it." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls out this fucking rocket launcher, bro.
Oh shit!
And it really it gives you this gut wrenching feeling, right? Because you know that he's there to fight the bad guys, right? As an American, he's there to fucking find those bad guys. But it's a fucking kid, bro. And the kid is no older than 11, 12 years old.
Damn.
So it's like, you know what I mean? And then me personally, the way I watch movies and I indulge and put myself into the movie, I'm thinking to myself man, what did this what kind of fucked up shit happened to this kid for him to be in this situation? But at the same time, it's now you got to be the one to pull the trigger to make sure that your people are straight, but you're killing a fucking kid, man. You know what I mean? You're taking this kid's whole life away from him. Mm-hmm. But did you really take his life away, or did somebody else take his life away because they told him to do that? You know what I mean? It's so much of a seesaw, teeter-totter, fucking wishy-washy feeling that you have when you watch shit like that. Yeah, bro. That if you never watched it, watch it. That part really fucking. I had to pause the movie and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
This is fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot to chew on that one, especially because it's children. And, I even treaded down this idea of what if he chose to be there? What if he was one of the kids that were like, yo, I want to defend my country? During earlier wars of our time, and even now, they've caught kids, bro, who entered the military, used fake IDs and fake this and forged that. Bro, I mean, since the dawn of time, they've done this. Children. Hitler had fucking child soldiers. You know what I mean? Now, some of that was because they were lacking the armed force, but some kids did sign up willingly. That's what they were going to do. Their dad did it. Their brother was doing it. They're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So even some of these kids, it's like that is I think that kind of smashes into a thing we kind of touched on a little bit of morals. Can I blame a soldier who's done something like this, right? Who has to make a decision in 2.5 seconds. And we don't know how this person got here. We don't know why they're here, but they're here right now. And he's here. We're all here right now. Please, somebody, that's why I couldn't be a soldier, bro. I couldn't make that decision like that quick. You know what I mean? A lot of people would die because of my hesitations. I'm not.
And it would be a lot of your people. You're saying?
Yeah. I would be, or my lack of hesitation would lead to somebody being hurt, you know, and I can't live with that. And so that's why I do always give it up for people who go through stuff like that, bro. Like that's tough. That's tough fucking cooking, bro. That's not cool.
Calls, man. Yeah.
Those are tough calls. Yeah. Where'd you hear about this story about the girl and the fucking mom? I want to watch this now. What is it called?
Yeah.
It's old, bro. It was locked up for like 13 years.
Yeah, she's been, but there's something on Hulu.
It's an old case.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a movie that released on it, and then when she was freed, she did a bunch of like interviews over the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
and then there's like a new movie / documentary that she's doing to like tell her part of the story.
Where's the boyfriend in all this? Because the boyfriend helped. No,
boyfriend's still in jail.
Oh,
she's married though. She's married now.
Wow,
she got married in jail to somebody else.
Shit gets weird after you kill my mom, dude. I mean, arguments take a weird turn, bro.
Yeah, we didn't even, I cut ties with you. Killed my mom, thanks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need you anymore.
Yeah, because
you've been liking girl pictures on Instagram.
She like her and some dude became pen pals.
Oh my
and
God.
Then like one of the biggest stories that came out of this was she had like posted on. He was like posting on Instagram and people were giving him hate for like being some fat dude or some shit like that. And then she commented underneath. I was like, "Don't even worry about it, babe. Something. Oh, and that D is bomb."
Jesus Christ,
bro! Like 2 weeks out of jail. 2 weeks out of jail. I'm like, "Damn, dog. Okay, girl, handle."
Let's go. Getting busy with it.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's
she's been in jail for 13 years, bro. What do you mean?
Trying to get freaking
busy.
Oh my God.
Started fucking the commissary.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, what?
Hey, yo.
Yeah, like, you got cucumbers again this week. Okay.
Nah, dude. I don't know what made me really like get into this whole like Katt Williams thing, bro. Like just to, I guess kind of like bring it back around. Like I just think it's weird that on such a big platform, kind of like how you said, Cisco, like you're going to take 3 hours of your time, 4 hours of your time to just shit on people. Like you're just, and again, you're using they, they, them fucking pronouns out here, dude, to describe these groups of people who are doing weird shit. Like why are we, let's just, if we're going to air it out, let's air it out. You know what I mean?
And honestly, like me, you know how the three of us are, bro. Genuinely, we look for the positivity in pretty much anything that we watch or listen to or read or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
There was not a single piece of positivity that came out of that 3 hours. Not a single. And if anything, if there was positivity towards him that he was trying to project, it didn't come off that way, and it made him look like a fucking idiot. In my opinion, he looked like a fucking straight idiot.
He came off boastful, and what's the word? Facetious.
Yep.
He came off boastful and facetious, very. And I love Katt Williams though. That's what I think kind of makes me sad a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, why are comedians?
Grim Chronicles was my shit. Why are comedians fucked up?
Yeah, why are they fucking up right now? Like Tucker, Will Smith, Katt Williams, bro. I feel like just
what did Tucker do? What happened with Tucker?
Just him and the whole Will Smith thing, bro. And then he like, I don't know. I thought it was a good clap back, but I could see where people were mad. Where it was like in his that special he put out right afterwards.
You're talking about Chris Rock.
Who did I say?
You said Chris Tucker.
Oh shit, I'm fried. My bad. But yeah, Chris Rock.
What the fuck happened with Chris Tucker?
Well, he's on the supposedly he's on the Epstein. Yeah, supposedly he's on the Epstein flight logs.
Well, he's also like Allah. Like that's why he didn't want to he didn't want to come back as Smokey for Friday.
Yeah. Well, that and
one of the reasons. Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
But yeah, no, Tucker, for sure. I've seen pictures of them together, but just because you see pictures of them together doesn't mean that they're on the island.
Okay, since you want to bring up the Epstein thing, let's be real.
I've had a hard time processing this. Okay, so
what is Stephen Hawking's doing there, bro?
I want to go to the island. Why won't they let me go?
Please, please.
Please
I-
take me to the island.
That Bad Friends clip was fucking funny.
Why won't you let me
He's
go?
like,
go.
oh,
Let me
me
go."
just chilling.
I will be here just chilling. Dude.
That shit was funny.
Uh,
Imagine him on a jet ski. That would be
Oh,
fucking hilarious.
I'm like,
getting
They're
lapped
like, whoa, hockey's fucking beating us. Holy shit.
bro.
yeah, but what the, like, out of all people.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, actually, there is something
Gotta be
else I want
smarter
to bring
than
up
that.
before we talk about the Epstein list real fast. Bro, I'm fucking sad.
Why?
The one presidential candidate that I wanted to fucking do his thing
Bowed out.
lost
Mm-hmm.
and bowed out yesterday in Iowa.
I have no
Like
idea what
a
we're talking about.
fucking bitch. I honestly, I lost pretty much all respect for him yesterday when that shit happened. Why are you shaking your head?
I think it was the smartest choice. I think he positioned himself properly. And when you look at the amount of money that he used to campaign and for the big dog, right, to win 99 counties out of 99 counties, he's making a smart move. He just positioned himself to be VP.
VP, yes, I understand that. But I mean, I was after you came out and you said that you were gonna run that state, right? He said, I'm gonna get Iowa, and then you come in fourth place, bro. 7.7% vote is what he got. And then he goes and then drops out. Like, come on, man. You gotta give it a little. If you want people to really believe that you have, because he's gonna run again. Let's be real. He will run again for president. He's young as fuck. He's got plenty of years ahead of him.
In
But
8 years, he'll run again as president.
the way that I look at it is you're gonna sit there, you're gonna give people that want to vote for you the hope that you're gonna fucking make some type of changes and shit like that. And the moment that you lose, you're out.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. He has positioned himself to be VP. If Trump takes him as VP, oh my God, that would be a dream, bro. That would be fucking amazing, honest to God. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't.
Wait, we think Trump's winning?
He is
winning, baby.
He's going to be your
Yeah,
he is going to be
Oh,
your,
yeah, chat.
he's going to be your Republican candidate for sure. I was
Oh,
big-
no.
Oh yeah, this is just Republic for
He-
who's
okay.
running. Who will be the party? Who will be the lead of the party?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. But is he
Yeah.
winning the whole thing? The
Yes.
whole shebang.
Yeah.
Super
Well,
Bowl.
show me somebody else that's gonna beat him.
Isn't he like the only one who hasn't done 2 terms?
Of recent
In
president
a
of like
minute,
the last
in a fat minute.
yeah, of like the last 4 presidents, because I think Billy did a back-to-back, but he didn't complete a second term.
He didn't complete.
And then Bushy Boy did
Bush.
a back-to-back. Obama did a back-to-back. So you have 3 presidents. So yeah, so like in the last like 12 to 14
No, because
years.
the Bush before Clinton did a back to back.
Oh yeah, big Papa Bush. Papa Bush went
Yeah.
no. I thought he did 1
Did he?
because Reagan did 2. Or do I have that
Yes.
backwards?
Let me see so much.
I don't know.
Reagan only
I just
did
don't think he's
1.
winning. I don't. And there's no hate and there's no bias. I really don't give a fuck. In terms of like, I don't give a fuck if you support or don't support Trump. I really don't care. I really, really don't care. But I don't think he's gonna.
Yeah, he
win.
did.
I think.
2 terms.
I think a lot of his supporters have like, not pivoted, but I feel like I don't know. He's just kind of fallen off. He used to be. I feel like everywhere, and now. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's not. I mean, he might be in certain circles, but not everywhere.
Who's gonna
like
beat
he
him?
used to.
Who's gonna beat him though? If you don't think he's gonna win, then that means that you think somebody else is gonna win.
Was
Who's
Biden
gonna
running?
beat him?
Is Biden running?
Yeah, Biden's running.
Yeah,
as
Biden's winning.
I don't see that.
Are you fucking? Are you?
He
serious?
just hit record low approval ratings.
Did he?
Along at the same time,
Amy,
the Iowa
You're
caucus.
gonna tell me over the last 3 years, the world is a better place right now than it was when Trump was running? When Trump was president? You're saying yes, Corpse?
No, no, no,
World
no,
is a
no,
better
no,
place
no,
right
I'm,
now?
no, I'm agreeing to like this.
I'd have to
question.
look
Oh,
into. So the thing is that I've heard, and I'm not going to get into full politics right now, but I've heard
Too late, buddy.
that under Trump's presidency, like what can you name that he did?
more jobs, even with
No,
COVID happening.
No, that
You
can't
just
be the
asked
case.
me.
That literally can't be the case.
The economy
That
was
literally cannot be the case.
100%.
Whoa, and then
We are at
that. No. That can't be the case.
No, the stipends.
Why can't
the
it?
stipends people got through COVID, right? Like the stay-at-home money. That was a bill being passed and being pushed by Trump. Once he lost the election, they turned around and Biden took that same bill and pushed it through fucking Congress.
Yeah. I'll give him his flowers.
But he stopped the money in California. Biden stopped the money in California.
Yeah.
But other than the
record high gas prices, record high gas prices under Biden.
Mm-hmm. The wars. The wars.
Our economy is at shit right. Look at all the fucking people look at all the money that we spent on this war that we're not even a fucking part of. Trillions of dollars that we spent on this war that we're not even a fucking part of. Trillions. You know what?
I definitely
this war, this Ukraine and Russia shit would not have happened if Trump was president. Actually,
I don't know.
They waited for Trump to not be president anymore to do that shit.
Yeah.
Under what basis? Like what do you mean? How?
Under the basis of we're entitled to helping Ukraine out.
Man.
Putin
Trump do the same. That's literally what I was gonna say too.
Putin and Trump were buddy. They were, and people, the whole country got mad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why the fuck is Trump hanging out with Putin? Why is Trump doing this with Putin? Because he wants to fucking make peace. He don't want to fucking do no wars, bro. Because wars cost money.
Obama had a good relationship with Putin.
Isn't like notoriously wars make money? Now this is what people need to really look at when it comes to what this presidential election is boiling out to. We know there's corruption in the government, right? We get that, right? But what we are clearly watching is political prosecution against the candidate, right? And when we see this in other places and in other countries, we say, oh, we need to invade them. They're fucking holding up their democracy, blah, blah, blah. This is what has been happening with Trump since the beginning. I am not a Trump fan, did not vote for him. So please, nobody take this passingly, right? And yes, he has his own shit, but we are now involved in a war where our sitting president and a member of his family were taking monetary bribes from them. That is a fucking
and that's a fact.
That's a fact.
100% fact.
Russian collusion has been debunked. The insurrection on January 6th already been debunked. The fucking shit with the pricing of his house in fucking West Palm, who gives a fuck about that, dude? What? Like what? You think they're money laundering? Nancy Pelosi has insider trading and has made more money in the stock market than everybody in Congress combined. Like let's
Pelosi shit is kind of wild.
Okay.
And that's the thing is I'm not a Trump supporter either. I'm not. I think he's a fucking idiot.
I live in reality though.
But he's a good businessman. Mm-hmm. He is a good, and people are like, oh, well, his businesses went bankrupt and shit like that. Yeah, because he knows how to work the system as a businessman. That's how it fucking works. That's how. And then all these people are like, oh, well, let's see his taxes. Let's see his fucking taxes. Let me ask you a fucking question, okay? When you get your W-2s at the beginning of the year, right? You go to fucking TurboTax. You do H&R Block. You go to your Jewish homie down the street that fucking does his taxes, right? What is your main goal? What is the main goal when you file your taxes?
To get the most money back.
To get the most money back and find everything that you can write off.
I thought the whole thing with that was that wasn't like it a rule or some sort of like, I don't know if it's a ceremony or just like common practice that the sitting president would publicly show taxes or some shit like that. I know there was some weird thing where like people were like,
did Obama show his fucking taxes? No,
apparently.
No, his argument was a fucking birth certificate.
The birth certificate.
The whole birth certificate was stupid too. Because wasn't it like
what they do to delegitimate?
No, but also like, okay, one, I don't know any like legitimate business people who would put their business under bankruptcy as a good business practice unless their shit is going under, genuinely, and probably in the best ways possible, right? Because like you can probably go to zero or you could file for bankruptcy willingly. Yeah. I gotta imagine those two things are very different.
Yeah, well, what do you consider bankruptcy saying? Do you consider bankruptcy saying that you don't have any money and your business cannot run properly, so you need to
essentially. This business is not either one, maybe not even profitable, but not it doesn't have the revenue to uphold itself. Even on like the merits of like, if I fired everybody, it probably still wouldn't make enough money. If I like really slimmed down employees, it probably still wouldn't make enough money.
Okay, let me ask
support
you this,
itself.
right, on an economic.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let Korpsx take this one because
in an economic standpoint, let's look at the money. Let's see how money works, and let's.
So there's different. Sorry, really quick. There's different bankruptcies too. I know that there's different like forms of bankruptcy.
Okay, so there's tax codes, right? That he can use to his benefit. But let's think about this for a second. I open up 5 businesses. They all do $1 million a piece, right?
Okay.
That's $5 million.
Sure.
Let's say they all take $1 to operate, right? So I now have $999,999 in each business profit.
Yep.
Let's say I pocket that profit every single fucking time. Every time, right? One of my businesses now close because of supply chain issues. I can file bankruptcy on that, right? And there's certain bankruptcies in certain ways with the tax codes. I don't know about that, but where he can practically pay a small fee and then you're done. On to the next.
Wouldn't you have to make another business to replenish that $999,999
that you just stuffed in your
profit? No, but year over
all
year,
profit though. It was all
no. I understand, but this isn't a one and done type of shit. You're not making $5 million and then just that's it, bowing out.
That is why he has a list of bankruptcies. He is a serial entrepreneur. He just keeps pumping the fucking ideas out, grabbing the money while he can, and then he's done. He's gone.
Because there's no limit. Wouldn't
that just be wrong then?
No.
Why would it be wrong? What's wrong with it? Hey, I have a business idea. Let me open up a business LLC or a partnership. I'll put this business in plan. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, I have the right,
because under the assumption that you're creating this business under hopefully good, you're not morals or whatever, but you're gonna follow the rules apparently, right? We have these structures to be able to create businesses, and there's different things, there's different rules for different people who have businesses, right? Under the assumption that I'm going to make all of this money, but it's going to be a net good for society because I'm going to employ people. I'm going to, do X, Y, Z. That's why tax write-offs are a thing. It's incentives to be able to grow the business. But then when you're taking that and you're like, okay, it takes me $1 to do this. That's a write-off for $1, let's say, for whatever expense it might have been. And then the other shit is going to be all profit, but I want it to all be profit and pay 1/10 of what I would have paid otherwise for taxes. Let me just close up this whole business and set up camp somewhere else and do that all over again.
Like smart business to me.
No, bro, that sounds horrible. Because if every business ran like that, nobody would have a job.
But not all businesses are ran like that, and that's the loophole that people find.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Just because you morally think that it's wrong,
wouldn't you say good businesses are ones that are
nobody said that he ran a good business though.
You just said you're a good businessman.
He's a good businessman.
No, he's not a good businessman.
How is he a good?
He could be a good con artist. It doesn't take a genius to be rich, obviously.
But would you say?
So why are we not rich?
Man, hold on. Would you say that Walkman is a failure of a business? Would you say the
from
Walkman?
Sony?
The Walkman.
Yeah,
the Walkman. Would you say that's a failure of a product?
No.
But they're gone now. No one uses those.
They are gone, but they're not gone because they were a failed product. They're gone because they've revolutionized and changed the industry.
They're obsolete.
So what if that's it?
Yes, but if Sony was like, let's sell all the fucking Walkmans we can, and then once that's done, we're gonna ditch Sony and then make fucking Fubo over here and create another a more advanced Walkman, and then we're gonna sell all of that shit, and then we're gonna fucking sell that company or ditch that company, bankrupt that company, and then we're gonna make fucking
they have a term for
tech
that.
OR over here and do the
that's called rebranding.
Well, there are sub brands. Sony can have a million like McDonald's has fucking McCafe. It's having its new like Cosmix. Those are sub brands. I can definitely see that. That's
we can't bring McDonald's into it because those are franchise.
Yeah,
that's different.
But that's a mega company though. Or you could say, go ahead.
Apple, right,
Mhm.
Why would anybody buy a phone from Apple when they are a computer company? Right. So though they have items that may be able to fit their brand, his brand is himself. So he can create whatever fucking company, a hot dog company, a this company, a red hat company. Now that he's wearing an all white one, you see what I'm saying? Now he's just pushing out different fucking products. And that's all it is. And it's a rinse and repeat game. That to me is
That's
just
all
market.
fine.
That's market capitalization. That's
Mhm.
timing, right?
Mhm.
That's exclusive and just illustrious marketing ideas, right? These loopholes exist. We take advantage of them. That's the
You're
game.
looking at it from a moral
Elon
standpoint,
Musk
Damien.
is a good businessman. Is he moral? Do I agree with everything he says? Probably not. I don't know. I haven't looked into everything. But by and large, he is a good businessman. He was able to take Tesla from. I know he didn't find it. He didn't. He wasn't one of the founders originally, but he took it from 0 to 100. He popularized Tesla. He has nothing company, the boring company. And he's doing shit with that. But not at any point is he not just ditching these companies to be able to rinse and repeat these products. Although his brand itself
he found a niche.
is a legitimate, crazy, good brand.
Because he found a niche. So let me ask you a question.
But I would call him a good businessman. I wouldn't call Trump a good businessman for rinse and
Why
repeating different companies.
Why? That's what an entrepreneur does.
No,
right?
an entrepreneur
No?
is
An entrepreneur doesn't do that?
No, an entrepreneur, I would imagine, is trying. I could be wrong. Is trying to create possibly even trying to do what Elon would do. An entrepreneur is trying to find a company and either ride it to the sunset and trying to make it as profitable as possible, or trying to get it as high to profitability as possible and then selling it, which is a whole different thing. Not taking it to bankruptcy, but selling it for whatever it's worth, so that somebody else can take it to the moon, to take it to wherever.
You're not taking into consideration that Trump does have profitable businesses that have been open for a long time. Nobody's saying that all his businesses go bankrupt. That's not what we're saying. We're saying that there are situations where he creates businesses and then goes into bankruptcy with those businesses for maybe illegitimate reasons, in your opinion, but to keep his money. That's how it works. That's why people wanted to see his taxes, because he finds write-offs and these other businesses that he's created to find write-offs to keep his money. The same thing that we do as normal citizens in this country when we do TurboTax, and TurboTax has all these fucking commercials. Get your highest return going through us.
Highest return guaranteed. Yeah.
So why the fuck is it when somebody who's in power and who has all this money does that, it's wrong for them to do that because they have more money than us? They're just doing the same shit that people in the hood do. What's wrong with that?
He set a bar. He set a bar against Hillary, and that's what grabbed my attention with him. He goes, "Of course, I use those tax loopholes." And so did all of her donors. And I was like, oh shit, bro. And he's like,
look at people like Grant Cardone, Phil Collins, all these other
everyone who's rich,
the hip hop teacher. Look at all these people that have these businesses that are getting rich, especially Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone had speeches where he tells you, yeah, create a business, and if it doesn't work, go bankrupt. That's what it's there for. Like, there's rich people, business people that will tell you to do that. Because why? Because it's something that you can take advantage of.
Legitimate reasons to go bankrupt. And I'm not even saying that there isn't obviously advantageous reasons to go bankrupt. Obviously. But my criticism
is it's not good business.
No, my criticism is I can't sign off on the merits of him being a good businessman when it just I feel like it can't be the case. If there's a list, Korpsx said, if there's a list of companies that he has that have gone bankrupt, I just can't. I can't believe that that's a good businessman. In my head.
Let me ask you this then, okay? We created a business for the podcast,
sure.
UTP LLC, right? And all of our main shit went through here.
Yeah.
All of our main shit, sponsors, all that great shit, right? And then Korp says, hey, yo, I have an idea for a candle brand, UTP candle brand. I don't want to put it under our normal LLC, though, because if it doesn't work out well, I don't want it to affect our mainstream income that we get for our current business, where we're writing off our cars, we're writing off all of our streaming equipment, where our normal income is, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a LLC called UTPC, Usual Tuesday podcast candles, right? And we're gonna create a candle business doing that. And the candle business, first year does well. Second year, we start seeing the decline in profits. Third year, our overhead is way too fucking much. We're not fucking selling candles because it's not hot anymore. And we come together and we say, hey, we got to bankrupt this company because it's not doing well anymore. But we profited all this money and it left our normal business, the UTP LLC, right where the fuck it was. Is that not a smart business move?
That is a smart business move.
So would you consider us being smart businessmen for making that move?
No. Yes. But that is not the same thing at all.
Why is it not the same thing? Where's the difference?
We took responsibility of a company that we already have existing and then saying, we don't want this shit to go under. This shit is doing well. We want this shit to survive. This other shit that we're going to experiment with, that we're going to have a sub brand too, which is what I already said is completely fine to do because technically that LLC is now a sub brand of Usual Tuesday Podcast. Usual Tuesday Podcast Candles is a sub brand of what our biggest brand is. It has still our name attached to it, but it's not going to go under and we're not going to sink the ship with it. I think that is smart, but we're going with all the best intentions of this is going to work out. I hope this works out. We're going to do everything that we can for this to work out. Our goal, not that his goal is always to bankrupt anything, but it's not even an option to like, if we have X amount of dollars, we could just write off by just sinking this ship because we hope that this is going to be something that we could also profit from in the future. That's good. That is good business, practice, I think.
I don't see the difference.
I don't know.
I see where you're hung up.
In his whole time frame of being a business person, though, in his whole time frame, he's like fucking 70-something years old, right? He's only had like 11 companies go bankrupt. Only 11 out of 70 years of life. Let's call it 55 years of being a businessman. He's only had like 11 companies go bankrupt.
And this is under the assumption that he's going bankrupt for these companies for the purposes of profiting more as like a net profit. Now, I don't know if this is the case. I'm just arguing based off of what I've been given here and based off of the fact that you said he was a good businessman and all of the things that I've been provided. I don't think that can be the case if that is all true. But if it isn't, if most of his things have been either profitable or at least have some sort of revenue to maintain itself, then I could probably argue, yeah, he might be a good businessman as well.
What are the bullet points? What are the bullet points that you would need to consider somebody a good business person? What would be the main criteria that you would need? And again, I'm not like fighting for Trump as president or as a person. I just think personally, I like his business model. I think he's a good business person, and I think that's what he was doing well for this country was. And we had this conversation about tariffs and the things that he was trying to do with keeping the money in this country is what is important as American people. We need the money to stay here. The only way we'll flourish is if our money is here because we're too busy paying taxes to other fucking countries for all the bullshit that we have. Our clothes, our phones, all this bullshit. And what he's trying to do is say, hey, you know what? If you want to fucking make these $1,000 iPhones that you're paying $60 for as a company, guess what? You can fucking make them here. Keep the fucking child sweat shit shop out there, and we're not going to have anything to do with it. And if we are going to have something to do with it, you're going to get fucking taxed out your ass to import those goods into our country. And that's what a good businessman does. He says, this is where the money needs to stay, and we're going to find a way to create more jobs here to make sure our money goes further here. And guess what that's going to do? It's going to create a better economy for us, and it's going to make our dollar. Remember how we were just talking about the other day? Bro, we live in the fucking most expensive city in the world. If our money stayed here, our money that we make, we wouldn't have to work 2 jobs or have 2 incomes just to make it by if our money stayed here. That's why different states like different cities like San Diego, we have travelers tax. Why? Because we are a city that people come to. All the fucking hotels downtown, all the events that you go to downtown, the reason that those places are expensive is because they're taxing you as a traveler to stay. Tourist tax, that's what it is, not traveler's tax. They're taxing you more to stay in those locations to keep the city looking how it looks.
Yeah,
that's good business practice.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it might go against our morals a little bit, but that doesn't mean that it's not good business.
I'm not even talking about the morality aside, because I know business can be, counterintuitive when it comes to morals, whatever it may be. But yeah, not to get too hung up on that. Just
Yeah, let's not make it sound like we're campaigning for fucking Trump here.
yeah,
all right?
bro.
I'm just
But I'm just saying, the reason that this was an argument, in my opinion, was because you said Biden would win this, and then you said, the question was asked like, what did Biden do better than Trump did? Nothing, absolutely nothing. There has been nothing better in our country for the last 3 years since Biden's been president than when Trump was president. Not a single thing I can say.
This is gonna turn into a whole thing. I don't know how.
No, it's not. It's not. That's all I wanted to say because that was the question that was brought up. Well, that's what I think. Either I asked you or Korpsx asked you. I don't think there's a single thing that I could say that's better. Not a single thing.
I just don't know.
The memes.
The memes were better. Those were better. I will say. Well, no, Biden's had some funny memes.
That's what I'm saying. Biden's memes are funny.
Oh, Biden's memes are funny.
That's the only thing that I can say that's funnier.
Trump just said some.
And guess what? The wall that they want to build, the build the wall. It's been more in fruition since Biden has been president than when Trump was in president.
Yeah, they started passing laws to build the wall where before they were stonewalling them. It's politics. You know what I mean? It's politics, and it sucks. It just sucks because I would have hoped that the Democrats would have put somebody up against Biden. To act like he's mentally capable, right? One, likable enough for people, any of that to run again is just, it's nuts. It's nuts. No way. Where's Kamala Harris and all this shit? You know what I mean?
That's why I wanted to see Vivek do so well, because I don't want to see Trump as the head of the Republican Party running for president again. I don't. I'd much rather see a different Republican up there running. And I'd much rather see a different Democrat running than fucking Biden.
And Nikki Haley's not your guy. She's not that guy, pal. And
I'm just happy that fucking Ron. Yeah, I'm just happy that Ron is not the front runner, the forefront, because that man is a fucking nightmare, bro.
I was betting my money on him. And then once he hit the national stage, I was like, "Oh yeah, no, just stay in Florida. Like get a couple more reps in Florida, bro. Like do a couple more good years there." Because you're doing like they love him in Florida, you know what I mean?
I think at the light of everything right now, Damo, just being quite honest, is that regardless of who the Republican candidate is the best option for this country right now, financially. Unfortunately,
if Biden,
as much as I can agree with a lot of things that Democrats say. I can disagree with a lot of things that Democrats say too. But genuinely speaking, when it comes to the economy and where we are in our country right now, a Democrat is going to make it worse.
Well, they had Tulsi
by large.
They had Tulsi Gabbard. They fucking shitted on her after she sent Kamala Harris into fucking orbit, and she got tagged as a Russian spy and all this shit. But she was your best bet coming out of the fucking blue, coming out of and yes. Fucking for my people who think I'm right wing, my Democrats who I've loved so wholeheartedly, bro, has fallen in line with the corporate slave masters, like, you know what I'm saying, and the warmongers like Nikki Haley and fucking Hillary Clinton, you know what I'm saying, and you had a person like Tulsi Gabbard who was like, put America first, you know what I mean, let's keep our soldiers home, why are we getting involved in all these other conflicts, like, you know what I mean, and she was an army veteran, you know what I'm saying, and she had all this political like strength coming out of Hawaii, like, you know what I mean, she's beautiful, like, bro, she had the look, she has everything, she has fucking everything, but the Democrats doxed her. So she could potentially be VP for Trump for sure.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see where we are next year.
Tulsi Gabbard, she's fine as fuck. Oh my god, Tulsi Gabbard, I love you. And
he's right wing.
I hope you notice me one day, and I hope that you see this and you realize that
as this man is happening,
I've waited for you my whole life, and I think that you deserve me, and I deserve you, and I would literally hope to be reincarnated as the toilet paper that you use at night.
Jesus
Christ, somebody clip this. Put it on Reddit. Tag Tulsi Gabbard.
Every time I see her tweet, I always comment on it. I always put "I love you," and I'm going to do it until the day she either blocks me or she replies. I think she might have blocked me because I haven't seen.
She already blocked you.
Shit.
Hey, that's love in itself, right? She noticed you enough to block you.
Yeah, she can't.
It was her assistant though. It's okay. I'm just fucking with you.
All right, boys. Let's.
Okay, real fast. I just have a random question that just popped in my head as he just said the assistant thing. Real fast. If some girl, hot ass girl, we'll say like 180,000 followers on Instagram, DM'd you and said, "I'll pay you to run my OnlyFans account," would you do it?
How much?
Yeah, how much money are we talking though? Like, I
might do it. Yeah.
All right, here's the parameters though.
What do I got to do?
It's 85 racks a year. 85 racks a year.
It's a lot. Okay.
85 racks a year.
You
have to work. You have to work pretty much all day, right? Like texting and responding and all this shit.
Oh, maybe not.
He sends you the videos that you send out, right? So you're getting nudes and shit to your phone, and you have to talk to dudes all day.
Like, I don't got hours. I don't got hours.
No,
all day.
Yeah, but it's not like you don't have to respond within minutes. It's like here and there, like spurts of responding back to these dudes. If they're paying a certain amount of money, you do have to respond at a certain time, like within a time frame.
Okay, well, the posting and all that stuff that could be handled automatically, right? I mean, I know I would still have to handle them at a certain point. I think that's the weird part.
You would put it on an.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like 185,000 followers on Instagram. I don't know what percentage goes to OnlyFans or like how many of those people really come, but I didn't want to say like 500,000 because I feel like you'd be talking to about 50,000 people a day. You know,
if I'm getting 85 bands though to post and get the shit going and send messages, bro, there's automations to that too. You know what I mean? And would it be more weird? Like I'm thinking of my partner in this. It's like if I'm with them, is it more weird that I'm doing this because I'm talking to people on there all day, or is it just because I'm handling their nudes? Because
and that was going to be my next question, right? It's like you're out on a date or something, you get bling, 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 and then or like if you have an Apple Watch or something, if somebody texts you and you
it starts playing,
move it the wrong way, it shows like the image.
No.
So I was gonna say if my partner is like okay with it. It may, like obviously I have to have like an open conversation of like 80 racks, bro. We're this is more than what I'm making right now, bro. Pretty good.
Yeah, like what's the amount that you think that your partner would be okay, a reasonable amount that your partner would be okay with you making to do
100,000.
Yeah,
bump it up to 100 racks.
And
I think should be like fuck. Oh shit.
100 racks, your girl be like, I'll help you.
Yeah,
it's not like you haven't seen tits before, right? Like or ass, you know what I mean? Like
I was gonna say I'd have to make sure that she knows it's not like I give a fuck about like whatever she's sending me. Like this is purely business, and I'm just sending this to whoever the fuck she wants me to send it to. And
what if that OnlyFans account went bankrupt though? Would you still agree with it?
What do you mean?
I was just fucking with
bad
you.
joke, bro.
All right, go ahead. Close this out, bro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I had to ask that.
So it's been another Tuesday, and I'm thankful to be here. Yeah, thank you for everybody who's been listening. Thankful for these two lovely gentlemen who join me every fucking Tuesday. Yeah, Save 0%. Love you guys. Korpscollection.com. Check it out. Yeah, I do a weekly sign out, and today I didn't have anything exactly written because I just wanted to like fill this conversation and speak more life into things. Speak like fuck this humble shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we're saying affirmations out loud this year. You know what I'm saying? Like you are great at what you do, right? You are these things that you aspire to be. Like, don't let nobody's perception of you dim your light. Yeah. Like, we're saying affirmations out loud this year. We're screaming them. Yeah. Like, we're out here. Usual Tuesday podcast, Big Corpse. Have a good day. Week, month, your life. Bang.
Dang, that was pretty good. I don't know if I'm gonna. Does it make you cringe to say affirmations?
No.
Out loud? Around people, it makes me cringe a little bit. I'm like,
nah,
like not real yet. You know what I mean?
I have. It is in my head. And because it's happening in my head doesn't mean that it's not real. Right?
Oh, that's
Hey,
some Harry Potter shit. I
that's
see what
it.
you
You
did.
feel me? Just because
That
it's
was
just that.
fire. That was gas.
Of course, it's real. You know what I'm saying?
All right, everybody.
Shit.
Thanks so much for watching. It's the usual Tuesdays. Thanks so much. Much love to Saving Korpsx communities. Thank you to my community. Anybody who dropped in, whether it be for a second, a minute, an hour, the whole thing, or on the watch back. I appreciate you. Thank you. Be safe. Much love. Bye bye.
Thank you guys. I actually have something that I wanted to say today. I know Corpse normally does the cool outros or whatever, but I did see a video last night that really stuck with me, and it hit home because it was a video of Gary Vee, and he was telling this girl, or this girl was telling him, I just want to be somebody. I just want
Oh,
to
I
be
saw that.
something.
Yeah.
I just want to be something. And he said, you are someone. And the video continued on to talking about how Vincent Van Gogh, who's a very famous artist that we all know and love, and I actually went to a museum of his, a outing, Vincent Van Gogh Museum, and I didn't know this, but he died with $0. He died broke, and he's one of the most prolific and profound artists of our of now in this day and age, and his paintings are priceless. And it wasn't until somebody said that he was worth something after he died that people really started to believe it, because they really started believing in his art. And I really like that saying of, you are someone now. You don't need the validity, the validity or the validation from somebody else to tell you that you are someone. And it really feels good that we do this podcast together, because it makes us feel like we are someone, because we know we're someone. Whether we have 0 viewers, 1 viewer, or it's just us, just talking the shit and coming doing this every Tuesday because we like talking to each other. We know that we are someone, and we know that we are doing something. And I want everybody else to feel that way too. So that was just something that, go along a little bit with what Corpse was saying, and it was just something that I saw that I really wanted to bring it to light as well. So thank you guys so much to my community, Corpse's community, Zero's community. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in every week. Whether you guys listen while we're doing it live, or like Zero said, you guys listen back on the podcast or on the playback, I really do appreciate it. So as always, you guys stay healthy, stay happy. I love y'all. Keep smiling, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Peace. Yo, I
All
gotta
right,
have
boys.
I gotta have an outro next time. I gotta have a little word to say. Damn.
Gang, get on the way.